30 plus, you don't know, but it's definitely a large number of orcs.
You said 30
way.
plus.
I did say 30. All right, that's why I need this box. So yeah. What do you guys want to do? Cora just ran in.
I told him everything, and
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
hiding might be good.
Hide.
a strong
Hiding might be good.
Yes.
I need help with hiding.
Blessing the trickster!
What was that?
So I don't have anything fancy to hide myself.
Oh, your visibility wore off.
Oh God.
Why, Sebastian, where did you go? You are back now.
I had to search for my urban sombrero.
I miss your fancy hats.
All right.
So can we hide?
We.
Because
Yes,
Orc
we should.
Battalion.
Well, we should do something.
Well, we are inside the cave.
We are inside
Yes.
the cave.
They're
They
coming
might come
into the
in.
cave.
Is there a good
What?
place for us to hide?
Isn't that what you said
No,
last week?
so
No, he said
they're in the general vicinity. You were here. This is where you guys made camp. Oh, God dang it. We ran out of stickies. But you basically ran in, and they're in this general direction where the other abandoned cart was. So yeah.
Groovy.
I think they may have found our cart. We should have possibly taken that in. Oh well.
You guys aren't in the entrance of the cave. You guys are a little deeper in. But if you guys were to peek around a corner and look out the entrance, you probably would be able to see some of them. If you guys.
I'm
roll
gonna-
perception.
Kofax.
Guessing they. Why didn't I ask for blessing of the trickster?
Take it.
But then how are you gonna hide?
No.
Oh.
Look, maybe Kofax should just go and
Yeah.
maybe look around. You're the best at seeing these things.
Well, time to stealth and look around.
Sure, go ahead.
Well,
roll a
I
stealth check.
could blessing of the tricks to you. If we are all together in the cave, I could just...
There's a limit to how many you can do, though. How many channel divinities do you have right now?
Huh?
Go under Blessing of the Trickster. It should show
like
how
let him
many
still in Glam
channel
on the-
divinities.
Last for 1 hour or
Actually,
until
no,
I use
no.
it
I think one
I don't think you
person.
I'm
Or
not.
one time per.
per
Per day.
day. Okay. I do
Until
not
you
know.
are
I
six
need to
level.
double check. You're
It
a
says,
fifth level
it
cleric.
says it lasts
so-
for 1 hour or until I use it again.
Everyone, maybe.
As I am looking at this, please feel free to discuss.
I would like to hide further in the cave.
Okay, you can definitely go further
I
in. Do you
can-
want to go to the spider nest? or
Look,
you wanna go-
I can make it so it looks like there's no entrance to this cave.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Will that be obvious to those outside?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll just make it. It'll be look like there's no entrance. Like this is just.
They won't see anything happening.
I don't not.
Or we can block off one of the sides.
Yes,
we
we can
go
do
in.
that.
We go in the side that doesn't have the spiders, and then block that off.
Yeah, there's little
I like
baby,
that
a bunch of baby little spiders. Let's leave them alone. Let's leave them alone. They're just making their
You
little-
have one channel of
Doesn't
divinity
matter,
per day.
spiders
Once
just
you hit 6th level, you get 2, and it erases as you level up.
I told them that we would leave them alone.
That's why I
so
didn't put a
what we're
number
gonna
down
do.
because you only have 1. Yeah.
Okay, so we can
Well,
either...
no, is it Blessing of the Trickster?
Blessing of the Trickster is actually is that part of your channel divinity? I'm pretty sure it is.
Because I have 2
Or it
that
could
say
be
Channel Divinity and they are not Blessing of the Trickster.
Let me double check. There's probably
They
someone in
say-
chat right now blowing it up. So.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I believe that sounds like an
You're
excellent
correct.
idea.
Blessing,
It is an
Blessing of the
excellent-
Trickster is not
I
a
think
channel
that's what we
divinity,
should
so
do.
you can do it once per hour.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll wait.
So I'm going to cast
I'll,
a minor illusion in the area that we are to make it look like there's no entrance, like it's just part of the cave.
Okay, so
it's
you
cave
make
wall.
like just rocks, basically.
Yeah, where it's like a rock
Okay,
cave wall.
sure. In that case,
Are we going into
Let's-
one of the
that's
splits?
fine.
Yeah, it's one of the little splits.
Tell me how.
Is that a level 1 spell, level 2 spell?
It's a cantrip.
Perfect. Okay.
Tell
But
me.
I can't. I think I can cast it at a higher level spell, right?
You can if you want to make it last longer. I think.
Is it to make it
I think
last
for
longer?
channel divinity, I'm not channel divinity, minor illusion.
Quick question, how happy are those spiders going to be if anyone moves in there?
We're not going in there. We're going on the other side.
Good.
Yeah.
We are
We
in the
promised
side
that we
with
would leave
holes
them
in the wall
alone.
for basilisks.
You don't.
and,
You can't cast this one out of her. level.
what's the
it's just
other
minor
one?
illusion.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just do it tomorrow.
It lasts 1 minute though.
It's gonna,
Only 1 minute?
It lasts only 1 minute, so they'll see rocks appear and rocks disappear.
well, perhaps
I'm going to go see what's going on outside.
I could always.
Roll a stealth check with advantage then.
Hooray. Wait, why?
What the-
Well, can't you do
Busting out
thaumaturgy
tricks.
and do
right.
something like that?
Did you use it?
When did I give it to her? It was.
You didn't.
I didn't. Okay, then yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
for him.
okay.
I don't remember doing that.
I thought that was a joke.
Yeah,
That's
that
all.
was.
Yeah, yeah.
Jen, don't you have
that is a
an illusion
25.
spell that actually does do?
So I can, if we need to, I can pass without trace for an hour, but 1 hour with concentration.
So Kofax, can you give me a minute? So right now you are Whether or not they can see you, you don't know, but you seem really comfortable.
by myself.
So you're at the mouth of the cave wall, where there's just enough rock where you'd be able to just like shimmy from side to side, and right in front of you, you see.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you see this one that's on top of one of the rocks where you guys did make camp. He's looking over the fire pit that you had and all the sort of like matted down sand that you guys laid in, and there are just a bunch of I don't know, orcs here.
Well, these are not the happy orcs we met before.
Nope.
No.
Oh boy.
Big one right there. Couple of them here.
Oh, they just keep coming.
Couple of them here. Excuse me.
I see we've run out to greet them with.
How about we just put
Flowers.
one on every little square?
We don't need this one yet.
Okay.
So this is what you see currently. These three actually wouldn't be here. These two right here are just ramshacking the law scale cart that was left in the center of the sand, and the other ones are just pacing around, just looking about. That's what you see right now.
I send him a message. What do you see?
About 11 orcs looking around, and they do not look happy.
Okay. Oh.
We're gonna I cast again. We're gonna be quiet in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you guys. And away I go.
I think
So you're
maybe
going
we
back
should
into
get.
the hole?
Kofax is coming in.
Unless I can listen in to see if they're mentioning any plans or...
Do you
Do you speak Orcish?
No, I don't. Why would I even bother?
Okay, so Kovacs is off the map.
Well,
You can't cast invisibility on us, can you?
I can.
you could cast.
Not all
I
of
do
us.
speak Orcish.
I'm tired. I did not sleep last night.
That's true. You did not.
He spent the whole night making a greater restoration potion that didn't end up being greater restoration.
I could cast it on up to 3 people. 5, technically. No, it's concentration.
Yeah, don't worry about me.
I cast it on 2 people.
I mean, I
Well,
don't have
I
any
could go
disguises
listen
whatsoever.
by the door edge and see if I can understand what they are saying. I could, in fact, if it was invisibility, I could wander around and listen to gather information.
You speak
I
Orcish.
speak Orcish.
That's right. You do, don't you?
Perhaps we should just hunker down and let them pass.
I agree.
Okay.
They might come looking in the cave.
If they come looking in the cave, then we'll figure out what to
Deal
do.
with it
Until
then.
then, maybe we should just find a place that we can hide in.
Uh,
Possibly, I don't know what to do about Kenny, but
I'm just gonna hide. Just going to hide in a corner.
Yeah, I want to look for a hiding spot. That's
All
small
right.
enough for me.
Sure. So who's specifically doing what in the cave? I need to know. Who's going in deeper? Who's hiding? Who's one trying to stay out to...
well,
Keep a lookout.
if I'm not invisible, I think I shall hide.
Okay, so you're hiding. You're hiding. You're hiding?
I'm hiding.
Okay.
I'll keep a lookout.
You keep a lookout and you're prepping something.
Hiding.
Okay. All right. The ones who are hiding, make a stealth check right now. Just to try
I mean,
to
I'm-
hide about.
Oh.
Concerned with leaving Kenny Jacks on.
Kenny's dead to me. I don't
Don't we
About
need
13.
him for something?
No, I think I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna be too hidden far away, but if they can find me, they can find me. I'm not.
Got an 11.
11? Okay.
What was it, stealth?
Stealth.
I got a 9.
9, okay.
Got 13.
13,
5.
okay.
Maybe, do you want to use inspiration?
So,
No.
Kofax, you're still closer to the cave entrance right now, and shambling towards you is still the very emaciated Gil Ur'Mish. He's like, do you recognize anything with these orcs? The colors, the armor. Can you tell me what they look like? The one standing on the rock is clearly the chief, and he's wearing this immaculate sort of like. If you were to combine like tribal and plate armor together, so it's both plate, but it has a tribal flair to it, so a little bit of like furs and feathers on it. So
Yeah, what would happen? What would it mean to you if someone made their... Looks like they appropriated some plate armor, made it look more... festive?
if Well, that's one word for it. Thank you. Possible it could be plate. Oh, it could be Uthor clan. I don't know what to do. We can hide here. We can maybe they'll. No, I'm not sure. I was supposed to send here to speak to them, but I mean, I never reached them. Maybe they just assumed I never came, or the talks went through. I don't know, but I'm not sure what actions they will take right now if I just walk out to the cave to greet them. Hold on, he needs to roll subject. Yeah, he's fine.
Probably death.
Possibly.
So what do we do
I
now?
was here to meet with them, perhaps.
Yeah,
Are we
the
just
orcs
going to
hate
go ahead and
him.
hiding and we're going to have another
How's
discussion?
their temperament?
Okay.
Well, it depends. My father, Chief Gil Ur'Mish, didn't really see eye to eye with Uthor clan per se, but the Uthor clan was never part of the coup. It was Unuk that took seat over the tribunal, but I don't know. I haven't been in the Orcish homelands for a very long time. Or can I be completely honest with you? I've never been there, to be honest. I've been born in Greater Solari. I've never been in my homeland per se.
Yeah, they'd kill you.
Can you hear what they're saying, or?
I mean, Gil Ur'Mish just peeks out just a little bit, trying to get just a little bit more to gauge on what's going on. Seems like they're just prepping to join a larger battalion to invade the south. I mean, I can't tell what they're doing. Maybe they're trying to set up camp. Doesn't seem like they're advancing anymore.
Oh, great. Okay.
Great, now what do we do?
Well, hey, I can always play them a song and enchant them to not attack us. I'm kidding. That was a joke, guys.
Well, we could sleep
make
again, and I
jokes.
could prepare calm emotion.
Yes, I make jokes.
Okay.
Cool. Felt better of you.
I missed it.
Well,
That's fine.
so yeah, we got two options. Either A, we hide, or B, we attempt diplomacy and hope they don't kill you.
Hide.
I mean, if it's up.
I don't want to fight an orc.
I mean, if it's up to a vote, I say. I really don't know what to do in this situation. I've never been in a situation like this. I'm sorry.
You were supposed to meet them.
2-3 weeks ago. I'm not even sure if that means anything to them anymore.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
There is.
Is there any way we can cast a protective spell on him, or?
Nope. Oh, well, wait. This is my prepared spells. I do have calm emotions prepared.
Okay.
I have Bless. I could give him Bless or Sanctuary. I could give him Sanctuary for 1 minute.
I'm going
Range.
to cast tongues on myself.
Okay, so that you can understand Orcish? Okay.
And so I can speak Orcish.
Okay.
Would we know anything about the customs and cultures of the orcs, perhaps how to approach one appropriately?
So, you specifically in the south, they've been, just from just your experience, it's different. Depends on how they grow up, is like, nature versus nurture. There's no necessarily a right way to approach. Being polite, being cordial, but yet again, this is in a war. You're in a war situation.
What
and
is
they're
their
clearly-
version of an appropriate approach? Would I know that?
It would be very similar to that of raising a white flag, but whether or not they'll accept your white flag is orcs are not exactly known to take prisoners.
Fair,
So,
Is there a flag for parley?
Essentially, what I'm asking is an appropriate way to approach them that I would know of that would at least give us a chance.
So there is, if you were to approach them in a non-threatening manner, it's possible that, but yet again, it depends.
Take my weapon out and hold it up above my head, or
I mean, that's a universal sign of surrender. So they understand. They're not stupid by any means. They're not savage beasts. They're humanoids. They have society. They're a society. So.
I do believe, friends, that our best bet in this situation is to exit the cave. At least perhaps one or two of us with Gil in an attempt to have a conversation with
I will
these
go.
orcs.
Not it.
I mean, this is kind
I
of what
speak
I do.
Orcish. I'm more than happy to head out with Gil.
From my friends that I had back in, would I have known anything from him? Would you have told me anything about orcs?
He was an orc that grew up in more greater Solari and just more accustomed to living in the more tight in the more metropolitan side of Solari. So he wouldn't really be accustomed to like sort of like the orcish like tribal customs. So I mean you do know a vast amount about orcs in this land. They're heavily discriminated against. They're known to the stereotype of them being savage fighters is there's basis behind that stereotype. They're amazing fighters. They're known to not take prisoners very often. But it's possible. I mean, you don't know. You just don't know whether or not what they will do in this situation.
If this is Gil Ur'Mish's task, then he should finish it.
That is my vote.
Do it.
If I'm thinking best case, then I'm thinking EO and Chester should probably be the ones to go out.
Sounds good. I will hide in this cave.
I will also hide in this cave.
As long as you have our backs, I don't think that should be a problem.
I'm gonna take a nap.
I like orcs.
Are you gonna sleep in the cave?
Try and get a short rest. I don't think it doesn't matter.
I mean, you
like
can
pickles.
I don't need one.
They possibly.
Chester, I don't think that's a good idea. Not with the exploding pickles. All right, Ur'Mish, if you're ready to do this, I will. I'll do this with you.
Okay. Diplomacy it is. And he straightens out his. He's actually wearing really tailored scholar robes that are incredibly dirty and bloody after just being in the desert for a long time. He's like, okay. So you're coming with me.
I will come with you.
As am I.
I know a bit about some orcish customs. I was able to speak to some orcs.
I appreciate the sign of the good faith, and I appreciate your bravery. But you do know that this could end incredibly poorly for all of us.
Well.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, if you were to go by yourself.
And here are the puppies.
Thanks.
And
Cool.
it would end, unfortunately, would they not then enter the caves in search of what was also in there? Or do you think approaching them by yourself alone would give you a better chance without two half-elves?
Yes, that might, especially one that looks exceedingly more like an elf than a half-elf. Might not be good.
I look more like a human than an elf.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh.
Even though you have dashingly good looks.
I don't think you look
I unfortunately look
like an elf
very
or
much
human.
like an elf.
And Gil
a
Ur'Mish has
unique
just walked out.
character of great
Hey, don't die.
Gil Ur'Mish has already walked out while you guys were discussing this.
Well, shall we retreat to the back of the cave, Ian?
You guys want to retreat?
Is Gil Ur'Mish actually
really
walking
in-
out? All right.
Oh yeah, he's out.
It's not in my.
He's out.
I'm just gonna hide by the entryway.
Okay,
Keep an eye
so
on things.
I'll put Kovacs up here then.
So wait, he just decided he was going to walk out without us. Besides, he said that it was better that we'd walk. It'd be better for him to be walking out alone.
He, I suppose he, got tired of the indecision.
Ooh, it's hot.
I wasn't trying to be an indecision. I was just.
I was hiding for like 20 minutes while
Gil.
you guys were just loudly talking in this cave.
You wait.
And he's out. He has his hands up, and he's talking.
Can I hear him?
Did you retreat back into the cave?
Where were we in the cave?
So you guys were more back here. This is the entrance of the
I
cave.
thought.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want to stay near Kovacs?
Ish. Yeah.
I mean,
As
sure.
close as I don't feel comfortable getting
a couple battle axes thrown at your face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I would say sure, that's fine. Don't
I will-
roll for stealth.
We're
I
kind of
will.
covered, right?
I will
Yeah.
stay. I'll stay back a bit, but I do want to stay more towards the entrance just in case he does need backup.
Okay, sure. He walks out. He's like, gentlemen, please. You know who I am. And the minute he just opens his mouth, so let me get a marker for Gil Ur'Mish.
Wouldn't he say, I am Gil Ur'Mish?
You know who I am? That's not a good way of
How would
saying
they know
that.
who
How
he
would they
was?
Don't you know who I am? Let's start off with and then throw beer in their face.
So, and they're all just looking at him now. They haven't advanced on him. The one who is in the silver-cladded armor has jumped down. And they're talking to each other. Now, surprisingly, even though you're right next to the cave wall, you don't hear any sound. It's almost as if they're... Actually, make a perception check. This is a high DC.
I didn't hear anything.
you deaf?
Should I use a luck point?
No. Well, I mean, if you...
I'm not going to understand what the heck's going on anyway.
Yes.
No, do not.
No.
You don't need to.
So, from what you're able to tell, just being behind the cave, sort of like the cave wall, it's definitely not hostile, and it's just quiet discussion. Now, what is interesting is that all the other orcs are now starting to move along this direction.
They're moving towards the cave.
Yes.
Right.
Discussion is still going on, and it's not hostile from what you can judge, but they're starting to get just a little bit closer.
So I think it's time that we might have to introduce ourselves. This doesn't look very good.
Is there like some little small crack or hole that I could just bury myself
There's those
under?
holes that the basilisk and the cockatrices crawl out of. There's tons of those. Yeah, you're small enough to fit through those.
Oh, I'm debating.
They're not the spider holes, don't worry. I mean, there's
No.
some traces of webs in there, but I mean,
I'm
these
fine
are
with
mainly
that.
these are mainly for the basilisks and the cockatrices. They
Okay,
get.
I'll hold off on before I go into those holes.
Okay.
I'm going to retreat.
Make one more stealth check.
I'm not.
Nat 20.
I feel like perhaps this would be a good excuse to pour one of my flasks of flaming oil all over the ground in the front.
Let's...
What? Chester, what are you doing?
Just in case. Just in case.
Yeah, let's go and give them a hostile reason
It's
to
oil.
attack us.
It's just oil on the ground until we light it on fire.
I don't think they're not going to smell that. They have just as strong sense of smells as we do.
It smells like death in here.
They can still pick it out, probably.
Yes, they probably could.
Kovacs, as you proceed back into the cave, you see Gil.
You people.
You see Gil.
We're all gonna
Behind his
die.
hand, behind his back is one of his hands, and he's messaging you. You recognize this language. It's thieves' cat.
Oh, crap.
Now, make a perception check just to read it out. He's doing it really fast and really messily.
I'm gonna lucky that just in case. Actually, wait, that's still pretty good, but better safe than sorry.
Okay, so burn a luck point.
That would be 19.
19. He's saying that everything's all right. Everything's all right. Just stay out of sight. Just stay out of sight. Please stay out of sight. Yeah.
Duke.
Perhaps we should all gather together and I shall cast Pass Without Trace.
All right, I just let them... Good idea. I let them know things are well, but we need to stay in.
Stay hidden. Okay,
Cool.
go on.
All right. So, shall we all huddle around
I'm staying.
within 30 feet of me?
I just come up. I'm just like, all right. Stay.
You can stay as close as you like.
This might be the time to cast invisibility on them.
Just be close to that one. Be close to Chester.
And,
We all get within 30 feet of Chester.
fling some ashes into the air around us and cant a couple of words.
Kovacs, are you keeping
We are
are you keeping eye
without
on Gil?
trace.
Yes.
And I forgot a pencil.
Just trying to note that. Just double check something real quick.
Yeah.
Gives you plus 10 to your stealth.
Here it is.
Oh, good.
What?
Plus 10 to your stealth rolls.
Really?
Pass without trace. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what it does.
That's what it does. and it leaves like a shadowy, misty thing behind you, so as if you didn't walk by. Assuming you rolled really well. Okay, that helped. So, a good amount of time passes. Koufax, Mr. Phantom, that is really hard to see. Everyone else is deeper into the cave, and all the orcs still have their weapons up near the cave, but they're not hostile at all. And after a good, I would say, 10 minutes pass, you see the leader and Gil Ur'Mish disappear, walking in this direction. Walking of his own volition, from what you can tell. It's not as if he was being led away by force.
Okay.
Mission accomplished. Done.
Shall
and
we
done.
return to Southport?
I guess
All right,
so.
troops, back. And since you casted tongues and you speak Orcish, you see there's this billowing, echoing sound. Troops, stay here. Wait until 2nd Squadron comes. I am heading back to the tribunal with this so-called half-bred diplomat.
Sweet.
That's what it.
Want to cast invisibility? It'll follow.
And they start
on
dispersing.
myself.
Well, we have cast without trace on us. If we all remain within a relatively short
And they start
range of me, we leave no tracks and cannot be.
I think that's our way out of this cave.
They start.
All right.
2 camped here. 2 camped here next to the cave wall.
I think we should pack up. We should just pick up camp in here and just rest for the time being.
And no,
No, why?
spiders.
The spiders are
Other
fine.
cave.
They're staying on that side.
This cave,
They will not
however,
bother us.
is a basilisk and cockatrice haven.
They will not bother us.
Fine.
How long does
Or
past
can we do that like
1 hour.
Well, we can either all...
just shimmy together and then get out? I like that plan.
So I am whispering. I think that we should wait maybe an hour until they get tired of standing around, and hopefully.
I don't think
That's-
that's what's going to happen. Their leader said that they wanted to stay here until they actually get another battalion.
They are, yeah, waiting for
Why are they here? Where is this council?
a good place to make camp.
Or we just wait it out. I consider Gil Ur'Mish going with the orc leader mission accomplished. And I'm
That's all we were set out to do anyway.
something like that.
Which is correct.
Yeah. So we're done. We can leave.
You have a very valid point.
We also have Kenny Jax.
Oh, but he's already dead.
He's petrified.
He's
Dead.
petrified. That's not dead. It's very different than dead.
Anybody have a hammer?
I have my axe.
I got a hammer. Wait, what?
Okay.
Sebastian, no.
What?
What?
What is your plan?
That's
Kenny
what
Jax is still like this.
His eyes look over at me like, bastard.
His eyes in the stone shift over.
I stand in front of him. I'm like, no, I'm not going to allow you to go and murder somebody.
Why would we?
It's not
Why would we
murder.
murder him? We could abandon him just as easily.
Yeah, either let him die of.
I mean, I
You
don't.
call yourself good people.
I never said that.
Mine was a logic point. Why
I
waste the
never
extra
said
energy
that.
tearing him down and we could just
you
leave?
guys.
If that is the plan.
Guys.
Why is it that I'm the one that's actually the most sane out of all of you?
I didn't say I
I
was
do
going to kill
not
him.
know that I would say
Okay, fine.
that.
I'm glad Koufax has my back.
Yeah, what's...
Sanity is relative.
I'm a very strange assassin.
Well, there's. We either wait here with Kenny Jax for the orcs to go away, or we leave without him.
What
I'm okay either way.
what is the advantage of taking him with us, and what is the disadvantage of leaving him here?
Why does it have to be that
One,
they're
Kenny will
advantage
die.
and a
Good
disadvantage?
graces of the law scale.
Well, only because our options are attempt to recreate another greater restoration potion, which may fail yet again, or to leave him. That is, we cannot get to our cart through the orcs. If we engage the orcs, it is very unlikely they let us leave with our cart or ourselves intact. Kenny weighs of stone now.
So he's alive in there.
He is.
Until the basilisks eat him.
Point to crumble him to pieces, but I mean.
So either give him a good death or let him suffer like this.
Do we have enough?
I don't
rope
think
to
he's
suspend
suffering. I
him?
don't think he knows at all what is
I
happening.
believe that is correct.
I don't know how petrification
about rope?
works.
Petrification, they are dead to the world, basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you said he's alive inside.
Right.
Or,
It's
some,
the
or his
same
mind
as,
or
he
something.
He is savable.
It's the same as meld into stone. He's not experiencing anything right now.
So yeah, he's basically in suspended animation.
The
Not dead, neither dead or alive. He's just basically in like this weird stone limbo.
Yeah, so
I
we
would-
won't know.
I would feel better for myself as a person if we were able to save him.
I agree.
I don't know if that's an immediate possibility.
Is there a chance of maybe we take a rest? Say we take a rest.
Excuse me.
And we try this greater restoration potion again. And you get help this time, except instead of having you do it all by yourself.
I believe I used up all of the basilisk gland material.
Want me to kill another one?
If you can find one.
We could wait till they re-enter the
This
room.
is just more work. We're done with the mission.
Well, either way, we have to exit through a horde of orcs,
Exactly.
which will double in size.
I mean,
soon.
they're not gonna camp out in front of this cave for 2 days, 3 days. We've got plenty of food. Can you make water?
I could after we rest this evening. I could make food and water for as long as we need. Over and over.
We could live in
and over.
here for the rest of our lives.
I would rather be
This
dead.
could be the end of
Spiders and snow monsters. Yes, I love it.
Are you guys actually keeping quiet in the cave?
Yes.
Yeah, we're whispering.
Just
We're
barely.
trying
We're
very
whispering.
hard.
Yes, we are all whispering.
We basically, from here on out, this whole thing is just a simulator, a cave simulator, where we decorate and we make little stone fireplace.
No, we're not doing that.
Make it homey.
Perhaps. I mean,
Is there any way you
this might
can?
sound stupid, but
Is there any way you can contact?
my unicorn friend?
No.
Can
I believe he told you to F off.
No, Bojack specifically said he's like, can't help you right now being chased by dire wolves. You can meet me back in the Elven Lands.
No. Is there any
Which
way you
is
can
my
get a hold of
next goal.
Salazar?
Say
Any
what?
way you can get a hold of Salazar?
and
I would have to rest and prepare sending.
So that means that we are gonna just have to go.
Oh,
and
no,
rest.
never mind. I have it prepared. My
okay,
bad.
cool. Do it now.
I forget what that's why I read it down.
And then have the magic man portal us out of here.
I don't know that he would do that. He does what he wants to do.
Also,
I'm just
might
saying, just
task
saying
us with some other task.
There is that.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if we send him a message, let him know that we have someone who's petrified here. There's any way that he can send help, or maybe even just send us something to do so, or get us out of the situation, because he is a huge battalion of orcs, and we did complete our task.
If there are only that many outside,
There are a lot outside.
There are 11 out there.
Yeah, but it's gonna double in size soon.
I think there's probably more. I think that's just how many.
Fireball too.
Well, that, but I
Maybe
mean,
it's just
even if there's like 20 or 30, they're
That's like
still gonna
last
double
night.
in size with the second battalion coming in.
Yes.
Fact is, Gil said everything will be fine if we stay out of sight. Last thing we want to do is antagonize him.
I say we just hunker down.
So my
That's
pass
what I
without
was just
trace is
saying.
1 hour. After that, if one of the orcs decides to venture into the cave to take a leak, we may be discovered.
Yeah, then
Yep.
part of the castrator will come out.
Okay, well,
That seems like the most embarrassing way to die.
I'm just gonna sit down.
I can think of plenty of more.
Okay, so I would say for the sake of that, all of that discussion lasted for a good, I would say maybe
6 hours.
no. I would say for the sake of this, your deliberation lasted for a while, close to an hour. What are you guys going to do now? Because I need to know what
We're
you're
staying
going to
in
do
the
next.
cave. We're staying in the cave.
You're staying in the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are
gonna take a
staying
rest.
in the cave
Yeah.
and taking
Hunkering
a
down.
rest.
Okay.
So we're spending all night here. Yeah, correct.
It is the daytime, but okay.
It will get
Yes.
the night very
Do you? Okay. We just wait until we are able to rest and then
I'm
rest.
just, yeah.
Because
And,
Baxter
or
needs
the
to
orcs will
rest.
leave. Orcs will leave.
Do I still have?
Or more orcs will come.
Do I still have blessing the trickster?
the hour
It
is
is 1 hour, but I
But you
give
can
it to you
recast it.
again.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I could just go out there, do another little recon, see what's happening.
Or not.
Why don't we just take a rest?
till they come
Best
We
might
are-
be you
we have just
cast
fought
an invisibility
spiders.
on me before you rest, and I'll go wander around and see what I can hear, and then come back in.
That might be better.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you guys are hunkering down in the cave.
Okay.
Kovacs is acting as a scout.
We're all
right?
exhausted. We should
I
just
think he
go.
is because he's
I
getting
shall act as a
invisibility.
scout.
Okay, so
You can understand
I
their
can
language.
understand the language.
Okay, good. So you're gonna cast Blessing on Tricks on yourself then.
Perhaps I shall.
Yes.
I lay hands on myself.
Invisibility.
Straight to Chester.
Yep.
Okay, so you are both invisible and you have advantage with your dexterity saving throws. Although you're wearing plate mail, for the sake of this, it gets magically lighter in sound.
I like that.
So
Well, I go wandering around as stealthily as possible.
make a stealth check with advantage. Hand
I'll
me
take puppies
Chester
out.
Here you go.
I'll take the puppies.
Okay, cool.
with advantage.
I'll
Hey,
keep
ooh.
pressures on my neck or whatever.
16.
16? Okay. Let me just do perception for these guys. Okay. Whether
Plus
or not
10,
they.
so 26, my bad.
Oh, yeah, pass without trace.
Blessing
Okay,
of the trickster.
26. Okay, so where do you want to go?
Right over here to this first group, on top, maybe directly behind the rock, on top of the rock.
Okay, sure.
So where I can hear them. What are they grumbling about?
They're just talking about like just general like military musings and stuff. It's pretty boring. They're not the most sophisticated lot by any means. They're talking about what tastes better, the back end of a dwarf or the front end of a dwarf, and they're talking about when's the next time they'll actually get a proper meal, and these are simple folk. They're here to ravage and fight. But as time goes on,
Wander over to maybe to the other group and see what
Sure.
they have to say.
all right, these two are basically having thumb war.
All right, I shall wander
Fascinating.
over to the next group.
This one?
Very dirty thumbs, yes.
Yeah, these guys are like just sitting down waiting. One of them is talking to each other, like, you ever think what we're doing is really stupid? I mean, don't get me wrong. I will fight for our cause any day, but do you honestly think we could win this fight? And the other one just slapping him was like, that's quitter talk. What are you talking about? And he's like, you're right.
Does it look like they have rummaged through the carts?
Yeah, what was left of the lost scale card is just basically torn asunder. One of them is pissing on where you guys bedded down, so it's like he's just peeing all over the place. And in the cave, specifically, where are the dogs?
With
That's
us.
her. You.
They're getting incredibly feisty.
I let them go. They still have the leashes, but I
Okay.
put the leashes on them and
Okay.
let go and go back into the cave a bit so that they can't hear us out there
Sure,
and
Mm-hmm. sure.
bed down basically.
So the Mastiff is going about doing his own thing. The Hellhound and the Winter Wolf are at it again, trying to
I
and
basically
here-
just
and starting
Just-
to act
Just,
reconnaissance.
yeah, I just. All right, you two. You guys need to be quiet.
Should have prepared silence.
Wow, are you kidding me? A 2? Okay, whatever.
I wonder.
Whether or not they hear you guys don't know.
I wander
Well, I have
over.
Pretty
time,
sure they
so
didn't hear.
They definitely understand. Oh,
I
see.
wander over to this group over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I hear anything of note?
So they're specifically talking about just general plans on the invasion. You hear them discuss that whether or not they should be trusting that of the goblinoid ilk. This is the first time they've ever worked with the hairy ones, the red-skinned, and the little tiny ones. You hear them talking about, it's like, can we even trust those gigantic two-headed freaks? So you just hear gigantic two-headed freak. You don't hear anything else. Whether or not you can surmise what he means by gigantic two-headed freaks, you
Sounds like a gigantic two-headed freak that I do
That-
not wish to meet. I can guess. Well, with that, I guess I shall mosey on back to the cave.
All right. Make one more stealth check with advantage.
24.
Okay, yeah. Perception. Yeah, you're fine. And are you gonna be staying close to the cave walls? or-
How long does invisibility last?
1 hour, I think.
I will wait
Yeah.
until it is about up and I shall retreat.
Yeah. So
Just
it wears on, and But are you still staying near the wall, or but once it passes, you're basically just gonna head back in, right?
If I can stay relatively hidden, I will stay and remain to see if I can hear anything. But if there's not a good place to get to while I'm invisible, then I shall head back to the cave. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay.
There's a big rock owl. Sit
So-
behind the big rock.
Yeah. So you rejoin the rest of the party, and but you do hear the sound of footsteps.
My friends, the other battalion has arrived. Approacheth. Something. My words fail me.
Speaking of rogues, something very interesting about Gil Ur'Mish. He knows thieves can't.
Well,
Sounds about right.
That is a very, very rare language, to put it lightly.
Well, he is a diplomat.
But only less than reputable people know that.
So, like yourself?
And Sebastian did say that out loud.
One way to put it. I'm not hiding it.
I mean, what vibe do you get from him?
Ooh, this guy
I
looks
don't
cool.
know, and that's what worries me.
This one looks cool too.
Look, he
Oh, I
obviously
want a belt of
gave us a
skulls.
wave.
well, you could make one.
Oh, yes.
Orc skulls?
No, that would be mean.
On your belt, that would be the size of half your body. That would just be an orc jacket. Orc skull
True.
jacket.
Or skull jack. At that point, you might as well just rip out their entire chest cavity and their rib cage and wear that. As
You
a
could
jacket.
wear an orc
Yeah,
skull as a helmet.
you could. Yeah, you're so small. You can wear any of your teammates' skulls as helmets. if you
Please
want.
Hi.
You could wear Sebastian's
Welcome to
skull
Friday.
with Sebastian's hat on it as a helmet.
That would be so mean.
Sorry, I'm just imagining you wearing an orc skull as a jacket. Just
Oh, the hands with the little, the
rib
little holes,
cage.
the little rib cage.
All right, all right.
And with that,
Minus
we're
one
no
to
longer
AC.
quiet.
sorry. That
All of this was done laughing in silence.
snicker, snicker, snicker.
Okay, well, I'm just,
I was speaking to the metagods.
I
Perhaps
basically, like, take the food out, and I'm just trying to teach them tricks for food.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
now.
Make us
I think they're gonna
make
bark
just a
lot.
general stealth check just to try to stay as quiet as possible.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody. I'm gonna group this together. So yeah.
16.
15.
Okay.
I cast Blessing of the
11.
Trickster on myself again.
Okay, sure.
15.
9.
Thank God.
11.
11.
9, but I'm also further back than everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm way back into the cave, because I know that those puppies can be loud.
Yeah. And they're still going at it. Shadow Mastiff is actually funny thing about the Shadow Mastiff. You cannot see him. Period.
That's
his
why I
name.
have. That's why I have a leash on him.
Yeah, he's so how Shadow Mastiffs actually work is, and if they're in any lighting that's less than regular light, they're basically invisible. Even in like slight shadows, they're invisible completely.
That's why I have him one leash on him.
Yeah, so you actually see just basically a leash just floating around the air right in
I
front.
believe I have seen that somewhere before.
I'm like,
Mystical
"Yep,
land of Spencers.
I'm really glad that I have a leash on him.
Yeah.
And then I basically, after I do that, I just basically do their shitting and the
Yes, they will.
I mean,
they will
Peeps and
proceed.
the poops.
They will
They
proceed
imagine?
to
Okay.
the pee and the poop. If you five want to proceed to the pee and the poop, that is fine.
Yes.
You don't have to tell me you pee and the poop. Pee and the poop will just happen, okay?
No.
How many times have you said pee in the
poop?
poop in that sentence?
If you don't
I meant
say
with
that
them.
they go
Yeah.
to the bathroom, they might not. And then
I'm
your horse is
referring to the
dying.
horse thing, okay? I'm referring to the horse thing.
I fed them. I made sure that
Okay,
they got around
thank
and
you.
exercised,
What-
and then I
what-
hummed them
perhaps-
to sleep.
Perhaps we shall sit down and trim their toenails.
So
I'm making fun of him.
Oh,
if you want to, that's very possible. If you want to trim toenails, anything is possible in D&D. It's just whether or not the rules are on your favor. You don't know. So
Shall I check for ticks?
you want to? Sure. You tell me what you want to do.
What I
I'm
really, really
joking.
want.
Yeah. So as time goes by, you're staying quiet.
Deworming.
So is anyone sort of keeping reconnaissance while?
I'll keep a
Okay.
lookout.
One more stealth check or perception. I would say stealth just because you have to just keep quiet, not perception.
24.
24. like a phantom. So they've actually started setting up camp now, multiple different camps with not tents per se, but just bedrolls. Some of them are just getting prepped, sharpening their blades and their weapons on advancing. But one thing you do notice is that they start taking out these big sacks, and they're just covered in blood. And they open it up, and just giant slabs of meat, and straight into the fire. Ooh, does it smell good. And 3 little creatures inside with you.
Let's find the hellhound.
And they are bolting. So
I have them in.
Okay,
I
so
put
make
them-
a dexterity check to catch.
They are tiny though.
Okay, well make a dexterity check to catch them. 3 separate ones. I'll say that one's for the winter wolf. What was that?
10.
10. Okay. That's for the
7.
hellhound. And this is for the mastiff.
Oh. 10.
I do know their dexterity modifiers. So.
What?
Oh, I forgot. It's not saving throw. My bad.
Whoa.
Can I?
That's the winter wolf. That's the hellhound. Wow, really, Shadow Mastiff? You're such a good boy. The Shadow Mastiff is like, and we're like, no. Yeah, but the hellhound and winter wolf are gone. They bolt right between your legs, and they just run straight out into
Even though I have
That's
them on
my baby.
leashes,
so they're like,
they're leashed.
Can I
That's
try-
the
yeah,
one
but
thing.
they're really,
Okay.
they're pretty quick.
I go for the leashes.
You go for the leashes? Fine. Make athletics check to dive on the leashes. Or
Oh,
to
why
grab
can I
them.
been leveled up? Ooh, 18?
18. Make 2 separate ones. Or 1 for each.
I'm gonna use lucky,
Okay.
just in case. 13.
13, and what was the other one?
18.
18, 13. Winter Wolf had a 17 on Dex. Catch the Winter Wolf. Hellhound, 21. The other one's just up. And this
That's my
little,
baby.
and it just runs
Your baby's
straight out
baby.
into.
So proud of him.
Animal handling to get it to retreat?
Sure, try. That's fine. Last roll.
Nat 20.
What is the total?
23.
I swear I'm too generous with the roll.
How do you get it to me?
Okay, how do you bring him back in?
I just do a snap. Just to get
At
its
the
attention.
hellhound?
At the Hellhound? Okay.
Just throw meat.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, I grab a ration and just like wave it down and fling it back.
Okay, you fling it back, and he sort of like he's very slightly out of the cave at this point, but he double takes back in. Couple of these orcs just they're like,
How's that? Iknok will check.
and as one.
I cast Pass Without Trace on our party.
Okay, this is the only entrance out, but all right, that's possible. And you guys hear this the sound of basically thunderous feet clamping on cave floor. So, and you hear grinding sounds of an axe on the floor being dragged along.
Come on, take care of your weapon, man.
It's an orc. Barely more.
What are you guys doing? He's at
We
that.
were hiding and you take advantage of his pass without trace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stealth checks for everybody. Hide.
Yeah, I put the.
Oh, we are Pass Without
Oh, I
Trace.
put the shadow mask.
Yeah, so
back.
they get plus 10.
Oh, ha ha
Plus
ha,
10.
yes. Oh, good for me. I have
I think I'm gonna carry
30.
the hellhound.
It's a good thing.
Okay. Then.
I'm gonna carry the
19.
hellhound.
You're gonna carry the hellhound?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it
I've
doesn't
got
run.
34.
Can I use an inspiration, please?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are
Down
down
to
2.
2.
And I guess I'm holding the winter wolf while I'm at it since I had
19.
the...
Much better.
Who's holding dogs?
have
Mastiff is
Mastiff's
being a
me.
good boy right now. Good, such a good boy. Even the dice rolls
I
are
have
telling you.
holding concentration.
Animal handling is
my
just
baby.
to calm the
That's-
dogs.
That's my.
I mean, Hellhound isn't calmed down from the rations.
They're the 2 rambunctious ones.
18.
18, nice.
Lucky.
That's luck point.
16.
16.
Wait, animal handling...
Plus 10.
No,
Animal handling is
Sorry,
wisdom.
gotcha.
15.
15? Okay. So you guys are still hiding in the cockatrice and the
Yep.
basilisk chamber, right? So he actually turns left to go into the spider chamber, and you see the giant... Orcs are big, but this orc is just slightly bigger than the ones you've seen before. He's kind of hulking, and you see just his back turned to you right now. And as you guys are, whoever's nearest to like the entrance to the fork in the cave, you're able to see him, and he's heading into the spider chamber.
That's good, at least.
And you guys giggle,
Silently.
and you hear just the echoes through the chambers like, "Ugh, spiders! Ting, 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 ting." As he's squishing little spiders on the ground, he's like, "Stop!"
The screams.
Oh yeah, you can understand. It's like Yoda in episode 3. He's like, I hear the sounds of millions of people crying. And you hear the sounds
Now
of...
I'm just like this, crying now silently.
Is it like The Fly?
Sounds exactly like that. As spiders are being squished beneath their feet.
Yeah.
And then there's.
Hey, they can't blame us at least.
True.
I hope they kill them.
And now he's walking back into the corridor, and he's getting closer and closer and closer. He's like,
Ugh. Stupid spiders.
and he walks back out the cave. God, you guys, I swear.
We need to just
Leave.
quiet.
Okay.
They'll leave eventually.
Wow.
Hey,
Save my ass.
Duncan. Want to join me in spider squishing? Ugh, sounds fun.
And more of them starts walking into the cave.
If you guys have the dogs, please.
I'm
And
just
now-
gonna go deeper into
Yeah.
our side of the cave.
There's not, I mean, the chamber where you fought the cockroaches, it's relatively roomy, but it's not enough where you're basically as deep as you get at this point.
There was that one area that was like off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going in there and
Really
just like
see. We were all in there huddled together.
Yeah.
Right.
This is basically that little area where Kenny Jack was propped up.
Can we move him in front like a door and so
Block the passageway so
Yeah.
Good,
one
yeah.
at a time
Fine,
we can
yeah.
fight.
And then you just hear that, yeah, that's very possible. If you want to do that, that's fine. Yeah.
I just cover my ears.
Yeah. And there's little squishing spiders, but he's like,
Hey,
these poor-
Chief. There's a lot. Scaled ones, boxes, crates, everything in here.
and one of the other ones just comes in through here now. He's like,
What's in there?
remember the crates and the boxes and the wagons that were tied up on the spider
They
webs?
all fell
all
apart, I
smashed.
thought. That's
Yeah, but-
because we
then we
looked at
gathered
them.
up all
gathered
the-
everything.
You gathered up what you were able to use to make your like little
Ah, yeah.
sled, but you didn't gather up everything. There's a lot of wood in there. To,
Oh, it was
gather.
wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was like
So,
nothing of any
yeah,
value.
so the chief walks in and is like, "Ugh."
Scaled one here. They might still be in cave. You two check other chamber.
All right, puppy, get ready to kill.
What would I do with thaumaturgy?
Fucking clap outside. I don't know.
all right, you guys literally have, I'll give you guys a minute to deliberate what to do now.
I would be more than happy to cast thaumaturgy and make a loud booming noise outside the front of the cave.
Great.
Or off to the side.
Somewhere as far away from the cave as possible.
No.
There's only 3 of them in here right now.
Yeah, but they're gonna
Yeah.
notice when they disappear.
Or if
Whatever.
they never come out.
That's fine. Then there's 3 less of them.
Wait,
If
do we
you
still-
alert
But
all
then
of
if
them
they,
now,
like-
then they all attack.
We still have passed without trace. We can also just try and hide as best we can.
Oh, okay.
Well, I could do thaumaturgy.
Wait.
What?
Oh, no,
I can make a noise in the other. I can make noise in the other room.
Something.
And draw them back into the spider room.
Kovacs,
But
make a
then we
perception
still
check
don't-
right now.
Okay.
Okey-doke. Damn it. 16.
16. A rock rolls down one of the little small little chambers where all the basilisks and the cockatrices are, and it knocks against your feet, and there's a paper tied to it with a bunch of string. It just says, "Remember when I said I'd get you guys out safely?" And then you hear all the orcs outside saying, "Scaled ones! Scaled ones!" And you see, coming on from the other side of the canyon, law-scale soldiers.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I got a bunch of them. So, I gotta push these guys over. But, yeah.
Sweet.
So now a bunch of law-scale soldiers have appeared. One of them in the sky riding a golden wyvern, raining fire upon the orcs. didn't bring my wyvern mini because I forgot. Open it.
Do wyverns speak Draconic?
Yes.
There's one around.
And as law scales are in law scale, especially one mage is just hailing fireballs and lightning bolts down upon caves. These three retreat out to join the fray. What do you guys want to do?
Sounds good. Wait for it to be
Chill.
over.
Yeah. They can die. We're
Yeah,
fine.
we're just gonna chill in here.
So you want to wait this out?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I want to wait until it starts.
It's starting right now.
I would like to see a few people.
Die
Yeah,
first.
let's see.
I mean,
Okay. You want to see a few people die?
I just want to see the.
They're casting
I
fireballs.
wanna
They
see-
can't last that long.
Really, I want to see when there's only a few people left.
I mean,
Or during the commotion, we sneak out.
Oh, you guys.
During during the
Yeah.
commotion, we sneak out.
no, we still have
perhaps,
any.
perhaps we could sit
still have
turn
any
around
jacks.
and watch the shadows on the
Fair
wall.
enough.
Of the...
Okay, it's either
you want
our
fair
lives
enough?
or
Put a pinhole and just
It's
watch.
not. It's not.
want-
It's
they're
really
upside
quite
down.
that easy.
You want,
Just
you want
wait
fair
for-
enough? Fair enough.
Because the
that's
law
fine.
scale will come and probably kill us too, because we snuck into the Sanagana Wastelands.
No,
No, they
I
won't.
they are on our
We
side.
are on a
Are
mission.
they?
Who's that from?
For the council.
I don't know.
Wow, you guys seriously don't remember. Okay.
It's the person that actually
said he
helped us
would-
go and find
Jackson or whatever?
Yeah, you guys never asked for his name.
See that one man.
It's the Salazar's agent. You
Yeah,
never asked
I was
for
gonna
his
ask. I
name.
was gonna say it was that guy.
Yeah.
Was that it for this?
Davidson.
Davidson was the other one. But yeah, the one with the really messed up face that
The one who
backwards.
stood in line for you.
Yeah, the one that stood in line for you in the bureaucratic
I
house.
made a spy stand in line.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Fireballs and lightning bolts. So technically, these guys have to.
If he's saving us, I'm just gonna chill.
Oh my lord! Yeah, this is absolute destruction.
Oh,
Wow.
These guys are god. This is from one fireball. That was from lightning bolt.
Oh.
The wyvern is coming and sweeping this direction, so that's one more. I'm not joking. That was a nat one. Let me
Ooh.
check. Let me check wyvern.
Wyvern, swing and a miss.
Wow, that
Inspiration!
I don't think wyverns actually have breath weapons. I think only full-grown dragons do. Okay, this is a young dragon. Just for the hell of it, I'm retconning that right now because I'm pretty sure wyverns actually don't have a breath weapon. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to roll like 78s or something, but these guys are wiped out too. And like they're all starting to engage, just trying to get on the canyon, getting higher positions. So most of them are actually starting to engage this direction now, and that's just you hear just absolute chaos and commotion in your cave.
I do like chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why.
so stay or sneak out.
I'm eating, drinking some water.
Yeah.
I am
Looking for
posted up
ticks
on
on
a
the
rock, watching from far back in the cave. That was a very interesting battle.
This is important.
I'm just gonna play with
Oh, I could have been making a
hellhounds.
healing potion this whole time.
Could have.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
Too late now.
I'm just gonna play with the
Stealth
hellhound.
check. Okay. All right. And you hear it sort of like after a few. So the battle's it's still going on. So like a few minutes pass, and you still hear the screams of orcs, the screams of other languages, not just orcs. It's a lot of. I didn't bring enough law scale minis. Okay, so it's like, there's supposed to be more of them. But yeah, it's the battle rages on for a few minutes, and then you hear footsteps coming into the cave.
I stealthily look to see who's approaching.
Black hood, cape, mask. He's like, what the hell are you guys still doing? Get out now! It's my job to get you guys out of here. Come on!
We have
Good.
someone who's petrified.
No one cares.
What? Save him and we'll leave.
Oh, I'm leaving now.
We'll work. All right, fine. You guys get out of here now.
Fine. All right, I make stealthily move.
Davidson's up the canyon. Just get out.
Okay.
Moving
Okay,
now.
running.
Run. We go.
Okay.
Fine. Leave.
Everyone stay together with a 30-foot radius.
All right, everybody stealth. Everybody stealth right now. Run through the battlefield. Stealth
and
or
what-
athletics. Actually, no, athletics. This would be get the hell out of here mode.
Thank you.
Yeah, just get the hell out of here mode.
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics.
19.
Wow.
19.
22.
I saw it.
15.
15.
That
I
one.
got 6.
Okay.
Sorry.
Use it as an inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay.
11.
11.
I got 6.
Okay, sure. Ugh. Okay, so with Sebastian slightly stumbling, leaving
I
the
mean, I'm
cave,
just moving slowly.
Because
I don't really want to leave.
he fell with a nat
Everyone
one,
get
but he
jazz.
pops back up with like inspiration, like I'm not gonna die here with 11. He pops back up, but the minute of him tripping over and standing back up, Io slightly trips over, Sebastian being a bit of a dunderhead. But you're able to gather your foot just a little bit. But now, as the rest of your party is basically heading this direction up the canyon, Io's slightly behind. Can you pass me, Io? Thank you.
I'm slightly behind.
Just slightly behind everyone else, and you're right there. And a couple of the orcs is like, they're flanking us!
I'm gonna cast, since I did do a short rest, I'm gonna cast, memorizing pattern.
Hypnotic pattern. Yes, so
Hypnotic
that is
pattern.
a wisdom, or is it a charisma save? I'm pretty sure it's.
I think it's wisdom.
All right.
I think it's wisdom.
Could be wisdom.
When he yells, they're flanking us, I use my last second level spell slot
What are you doing?
to fireball the orcs.
Level 2?
No, wait.
Oh, level 3. Okay.
Let's not draw them towards us. That is a very
Okay, you cast fireball. All right.
Okay, well, yeah.
They're hypnotized, hopefully. Oh, after the hypnosis.
Oh, you do it after the hypnosis?
Yep.
This was just
Okay.
going to cast Bless on.
Oh,
It's gonna have to be
Okay,
I don't know
so
if that
at level
I
2,
can
but
do
I
it
do
now.
have.
if you put your hand on my shoulder and say, oh, hold on.
Whoa,
Okay.
wait, Sebastian.
Oh,
Why
We
don't we
rested. How
perhaps-
long did we rest?
I would say it was a short rest.
Short
So, yeah.
rest. So short rest, we get.
Why can I not still hit? No. Okay, there we go.
I can't remember what we get with the short rest.
you get to roll hit dice back.
You get the roll hit dice back. You get your bardic inspirations back after short rest, but you don't get spell slots back.
Okay.
Warlocks
So I
do,
have
but not you guys.
Okay, so
Oh,
I only have
that
one.
stuff too.
Then I only
Yeah.
have one spell slot left for that. And that
Yeah.
is,
So wisdom saving throw,
Uh-huh.
and they do. Ooh, that's close. 15? I don't think so. I think
No.
yours is 17. Yeah, these two are. You basically. What is your hypnotic pattern?
My hypnotic pattern is just a beautiful array of lights. And
Like that old Poison music video where like the neon girls are dancing.
And then like, ooh, as Sebastian rains fire. Are you still doing
No,
it?
no, I have
he stops it.
stopped
Stopped
it for a
it.
moment. And,
All right, and what the hypnotic pattern EO was able to.
Okay.
get.
Did not even need to cast anything.
Double dash. All you had to do is just say, don't do that.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Anytime you think about doing fireball, don't.
No, just take one more second.
Okay.
Okay. So.
And as you guys are heading up the canyon, where there's actually just a slightly carved out path, because this is an area where people use to bring down carts in. On top is Lost Scale Cart. He's like, and Davidson's like, all right, get in, come on, hurry, we're taking you back to the gun, we're taking you out of here, come on.
Cool. I hop in.
Hop in, cool. And you guys are out, and the last image you see is
I am
absolute
really worried about Kenny though.
carnage. Absolute carnage. With most of these guys intact.
It's like,
I'm gonna give Precious back to you.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling very depressed.
That's why I'm putting Precious on you.
it's like watching a man with a machine gun take out a bunch of
It's
farmers.
literally that. It was literally that. It was watching, especially with the young adult, not adult dragon, the young dragon riding in, just burning everything. It was not a fun sight. It looked like the end scene of the updated Rambo movie. When it was not a fun sight.
I did not see that, but I'll bet it was carnage.
It was good.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
my favorite movie. It was my favorite Rambo movie, actually.
Anyone else hear the theme song from Platoon playing?
Oh.
Well,
Or wasn't the Flight of the Valkyries as the dragon came over?
Okay, guys. All right.
But in all seriousness, though, we were very solemn.
Yeah.
You guys are so empathetic. Yeah. So,
we are on our way.
So now what?
I'm a little depressed.
what do you guys want to do? It's gonna take you a while to get back, but you do see smoke. You even smell it. It's that close to you.
I'm
where you
pulling
can
the
still
mask
smell
over the nose.
Turning
So-
orc hair.
I need a new hat.
So we did.
it. Still-
So what
That's
is
all
going
I
to?
I'm just gonna play with the Hellhound again.
What is going to happen to? We had a friend that was petrified in there. What's going to happen to him?
Well, we have mages and clerics at our disposal. Hopefully, he'll be fine. Quick question: is that by any chance Sergeant Jax?
Yes, it was.
Ah, that kid is a moron.
He is a moron.
You know, you are the
Davidson.
first person to acknowledge that. Thank you, sir.
I like you.
I mean, he's
I
a
don't say
Lord,
that
but
lightly.
it doesn't mean he deserves to die.
No,
No.
But I agree.
And of course, he brags that,
You know what's the worst
wasn't
part?
his.
You know what's the worst part, by any chance? I'm a corporal. He's a sergeant. He outranks me. I was the dude that smoked him in boot camp. God knows why this kid got promoted.
We apologize
Because
for
he
that.
took
it's
what
our
we
fault.
did as his own deeds.
Wait, were you guys in Maysfield waiting when that
Yeah.
happened?
We were.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
We are the heroes of Maysfield.
Wheaton. Slash.
Damn. Oh, that made my ego feel slightly better. Anyways, we'll take you guys back, drop you off. Not at the camp. We're gonna be slightly off. You're gonna be sort of like northeast of Southport. You feel free to head back into Southport. So yeah, Salazar will pay you the rest of the money, like he said, and send you guys on your way. All right?
How long's the ride gonna be?
Should be about a day and a half or so. So just sit back, relax.
Long rest.
Grab a snack. Sit back, relax, grab a snack, and I'm more than happy to take you guys back. All right.
All right.
Good.
I am going to, while I am exhausted,
Probably about time to take a long rest.
actually, I could totally take a long rest.
He said sit back, relax, grab a snack, and chill.
So I actually use sending
Okay.
to send Kofax a message. I still don't trust these people. Keep an eye out and make sure we're actually heading in the right direction.
Will do.
Okay.
I just lay down with my Shadow Master and Yo, and I'm gonna go sleep.
You've seen a lot in one day, so.
I'm very
I
depressed.
definitely need a long rest.
I'll keep the first watch.
Okay. Make a perception check if you want to keep a first watch. Everyone's rested, so you get everything back. Yeah. it's-
Wow, nat 20.
Whoa.
Oh my God, dude, stop! You ruined everything. Stop. My DM pride is dead already. Stop.
Stop! It's already dead!
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah. There's nothing. Pretty calm ride. Some of the wyverns. What's crazy is that you see more Lost Scale mobilizing now. Wyvern riders are riding. Actual wyvern riders this time, not the young dragon. Okay. And on the ground are scaled creatures that resemble dragons, except with no wings and very long tails. Very dinosaur-like. These are known as make an animal handling check. I guess they count as animals. Yeah.
10.
Good enough. They're what are known as drakes, basically. So they're basically dragons with no wings that basically more for like ground maneuver. So the Humvees of dragons. So yeah, and you see a lot of drake riders now are starting to head into the direction that you guys are headed in as well. Or no, they're heading in the opposite direction where you guys were coming from. Yeah, and the rest of your watch is pretty comfortable.
I guess while
I'll
that's
take the
going
second
on,
one.
I'll do a little bit of dog training.
How do you train which dog, and how do you train the dog?
Werewolf.
Wolf, okay.
Just take a page from what EO did and try to see if get it to do some tricks. Or not tricks, but just like commands.
Animal handling, yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, let's see how obedient he is. He stands there, and training a wild animal, in this case a wild monster per se, is comes with this challenge, although young. What command are you trying to give it?
I guess now just sit.
Sit. He's just going about there, not pacing about, not really listening to you. But after a couple commands, he's like, sits down.
Break off piece of ration, toss it towards him.
And he devours it like nothing. And first watch is done. Anyone want?
I'll take a second.
Sure.
Sleep.
6.
You see absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I figured.
Davidson's still there. He's like, still riding. He's like, oh, I'm used to these long rides. Howdy. Not one.
Conversation.
Not one for small talk.
No.
Do you actually say no?
I say no.
Well, fair enough. And you see absolutely nothing. All right. Who wants the final watch? If there wants to.
I can go
I mean, you
longer.
guys
I'll go
can extend
longer.
your watches if
No.
you want.
I can extend
I'll
it.
do.
You want one?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception.
I'm like, nope, I'm sleeping.
Oh, that was almost an 18, but it's not.
What is it?
It's gonna be an 8.
8?
8.
You're just scanning about and you just see more law scale mobilizing at this point.
So we're clearly heading towards where.
Back to Southport. Yes.
Okay, that's really all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah, you're heading in the direction whence you came. So yeah, it's in the, from what you can tell at least. You see like from just the topography, you're heading back where you came. And you guys are all rested. You get everything back, all your rages, all your lucks, all your everything back to max. You feel free to swap out your spells.
Nice. Oh my gosh. All these sorcery points.
They go by so quick. Yeah. And as the day's travel is winding down, Davidson takes you to the outskirts of Southport to a entrance you've yet to see. This area is it's much more tropical. You're closer to the ocean now. It's much more tropical, but it's pretty isolated. There's not a lot of life here. To the back and to the left of you is the city of Southport, but now is this very isolated, very tranquil beach. And he's like, and you see this grand sort of like house made of straws and pieces of wood. He's like, all right, just head right there. The main man's gonna meet you, give you your money, and he's gonna send you guys on your way, all right? All right, up and at 'em. I gotta get back to war. Up and at 'em. Come on, wake up. Come on, wake up, wake
All right,
up,
all
wake
right.
up.
We get out. We get out.
Let
We
him
get out.
right.
All right, have a good day.
I mean, as soon as he says, all right, I'm here, as soon as the cart stops, I'd probably wake up.
Okay, cool.
Most likely.
And
Yeah,
you guys
we're
are
all
now on this really tranquil, like idyllic beach. And on this beach is this grand house made of like straw and wood and all of these
I don't trust
loose
it.
latching. Yeah.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it either.
First, I'm gonna look around.
Well, you're gonna have to do that after the break because this is where we're gonna take our break right now. We'll be back in only 5 to 10 minutes. So everyone sit tight. We'll be right back and let's see how they enjoy their beach vacation. So yeah. All right. Have a good day.
we're into this oasis.
So welcome back to Legends of Solari. Thank you for sticking by with us. So you guys were dropped off on this really tranquil beach on the outskirts of Southport. What do you guys want to do?
Look around for anything suspicious first.
I throw a towel out and I lay back and put my hat on.
I look through my inventory.
What?
Banana hammock.
12. White sandy beaches, palm trees, the crashing blue water against the sea, and the house is actually built on this sort of like raised dock. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the wooden docks that raise it slightly out of the water, and it's built on this giant wooden platform. The roof is made of straw, and the rest of it's made with just loose, just like boards latched together. It's simple in design, but it's really elegant as well. So yeah.
Is this a beach resort?
So,
Well, I hate water.
So who wants to investigate that building where apparently I think, I love
I'll go with
getting
you.
paid in money.
I do.
Don't remember that part of any deal. I seem to remember they gave us 250 gold to go out and do this thing. I don't know if there was more.
there was.
There was more.
That was half
It was-
payment.
It was 500 total.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to take a chance.
He is your friend.
Well then, I approach the house.
Up Chester goes. Does anyone follow Chester?
I do. I just
Okay.
have the. I'm just tying the leash.
Are you
the
guys
mastiff
go? Okay, so you
to my belt. I'm just
oh, to the
letting-
you're bringing the dogs with you.
That would be so much better music than we have.
Man, that is some epic house traveling music.
Yes, it is. That was.
I guess we just got teleported to Marine. Okay.
We
Yes.
did. I apologize.
And then Daenerys Targaryen pops out the hot house. No, I'm just.
Oh, so that was the dragon
What?
rider you were talking
That was
about.
the Dragon Rider.
It's Khaleesi.
What are we talking
Oh,
about?
I'm such a big GOT fan. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got what?
Okay, so Chester's going up the house.
I'm going. I have.
following along.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
last.
You're gonna be last. Okay.
I'll stealth my way on up there.
What about you?
Or Sebastian could be last.
You want to stay on the beach?
I'll keep watch out here.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll make sure that we get everything taken care of.
So you approach the door. It's a nice wooden door, just basically
Does it
built.
have large knockers?
It does.
Then I use them.
I move off to the side of the house.
And the door opens, and there's an elven man there in very fine tailored clothes there to meet you. He's like, Lord Salazar will be approaching soon. Please come in.
Enter.
Weren't there supposed to be 5 of you? Where's the other?
Well, one of them is a rather suspicious sort. He's biding his time outside.
There's nothing to be suspicious of.
I look over at Sebastian just...
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to come in?
Was somebody hiding around?
No, no, thank you.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'll speak for him. It's fine. He just doesn't really want to come in.
Okay, but I mean, I made 5 dinners. Okay.
Sebastian, there's food.
It smells good.
Okay, I go.
So there
I've
you are.
like been eating jerky for like 4 or 5 days. Now. Like, real food.
So there you are. Oh, you all look quite so dirty.
Yeah, we could use some showers.
Oh, by all means, there's bats drawn in the bath right there with the aromatherapy for you as well.
Did you hear that, Precious?
How warm is the sea out here? How warm is the sea out here?
So you have the Southern Sea, the
Fairly-
Lost Sea
fairly
specifically. It's warm water, so it's very similar to the Pacific Ocean. Not the Atlantic is hot and Pacific is cold, if I remember.
I shall return in a few
Mediterranean.
minutes.
It's like the Mediterranean. It's very, very. Yeah.
I shall return in about 25 minutes. I'm going for a swim.
Okay, so you prefer to swim over the bath,
I prefer the salt water.
and you see Chester jump off the house into the
Okay,
ocean.
I'm just gonna.
I'm going
take
to the
a
bath.
take a bath.
Make athletics check just to do a cool dive. Roll for dive.
Roll for time.
I think it's just athletics or it's acrobatics.
Athletics.
It was not a very cool dive.
Head plan.
Boom! Take 1 point of damage.
Answer me this. Your stomach is just red.
Red. Yes.
Well, in that case, I use my ring of jumping to make it an even more spectacular fail.
39 feet in the air. This is already raised off the sea another 20 feet, so you fell 59 feet belly first. Yeah, that's some fall damage.
Belly
right there.
first? Oh.
Yeah.
What did you get? What was your
1d6. 1d6.
Perhaps I was joking.
Oh, don't worry, it's not that great. It's only like 8 points of damage. Yeah.
Quite a lot of damage.
From the worst belly flop ever. It's like you're
1/5 of my hit points.
you're grabbing at your spleen. It's like, I think I ruptured my spleen.
Haha.
Well, I was sort of joking about the ring of jump, but anyway, I bathed in the beautifully salty waters.
It's a feeling you completely. I mean, you did.
I miss this.
I mean, you did do the diving into the lost scale ship and etc. But this is like not under duress, not looking for something. This is just relaxation. You're swimming on your own accord now for survival. Yes. And it's very nice this time of year.
Except my side pain.
Except for your side pain. Yes.
Yeah.
So if I am going into this while waiting for, I am not going to do that. I'm just going to read my book.
Okay. Yeah, you read a book. That's fine.
And
I took a
cast
nice,
spell.
relaxing bath. with Precious.
I'm already
what
in
do you
the
got?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm
And my dog.
going to be
Shadow
casting
Dog, so-
detect magic as a ritual.
Okay.
But I'm waiting, trying to time it with everyone's return.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. Okay, so you want to time it exactly after the 10 minutes. So you guys bathe and everything. It's a really nice sort of like resort villa.
I'm having a bubble bath with my dog.
I am floating.
The shadow. And as you're drawing your bath, and the butler walks in with a fresh towel. Oh my God, what's this?
He's okay. He's okay. It's fine. It's just
Why don't you just
it's
get?
all right.
Oh,
Morty, it's all right. It's all right, baby. It's okay. It's all right. I'm petting him. It's okay. It's all right. He's fine. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you for the towels.
Should
Precious is already in there. I'm sure, like swimming around.
yeah, Precious is the backstroking in the water. With his wings, using the wings.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So adorable.
It's like, should I put a doggy bowl out?
That would be amazing.
1 doggy bowl. Okay.
There's 3.
3.
Yeah, there's 2 others.
And where are you two?
I'm in the other bathroom.
And then the hellhound just like, it's like, where's the third one?
With Kofax. Apparently.
And they're both of them are just snarling.
They need to be kept away from each other.
Yeah, so I'm in the other bath with the hellhound.
I'll set 3 doggy bowls.
Thank you.
Oh,
Preferably in different
Actually,
ones.
could you do 4? Never.
4?
I look at him and I'm like, actually, Precious would rather have human food. Never mind.
So I need to prepare a 6th. Okay. Enjoy yourselves. I need time to prep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And the butler goes back to prepping.
Good boy. Good boy not biting the butler. That's such a good boy.
Okay.
I like give him food.
And the bath is exquisite. It's the finest
Oh, yeah.
of herbs and aromatherapy, the finest of oils that you would mix with the bath. I don't.
I
think
just did straight water. Screw all of that fancy
Okay.
stuff.
I know, I did all the fancy food stuff. I even like bathed
Okay.
my dog.
Are you gonna do Kovacs's hair too? Like put like nice little pink ribbons in.
You do and you die.
No, I don't think Kovacs would let me in to do that sort of thing. I would love to.
Do you use the aromatherapy, like the beads and the oils, just straight water?
It's just straight
I don't
water.
know.
It's still
I
very
do-
nice water.
I do all of that.
It's the longest time you guys have had a hot bath, so the water is really warm. Yeah.
So nice.
And Chester, you climb out.
Sauntering out of the water.
Brushing my hair.
You smell of the ocean.
I love it. Shake my hair. Golden.
Yeah, you got your long flowing hair, and the butler's just sitting there covered in water. He's like, towel.
Why, thank you.
Excuse me, just real quick. Thank you. You got water all over.
This poor butler.
He thought he had a towel, but it was just Chester's hair.
Happens.
And now in what again?
So they're all finished, and your detect magic goes up. You do detect hints of magic. Now, you recognize this type of magic. This type of magic is similar to that of sort of like arcane scrawling. So in books and on the bookshelves. Actually, just glancing about, you just look and you see pictures of Salazar Embry, pictures of Doran Embry, his brother, who looks completely different than him. One is this tall, jacked-looking, regal, scarred-looking man. The other one is more of a delicate, refined look, which is what Salazar is, and it's just this is basically a summer home for them. And they invited you in, and a bookshelf to the side has blips of magic all over it.
All over it.
All over it. There's a lot of books in there.
And just saunter over and peruse.
Okay. There's lots of books. Which one do you want to grab at? Top shelf, bottom shelf, shelf? Some with red binding, some with gold binding.
Any that look like they may have magic inside.
Okay, so you grab the first one you see that has magic scrolling. There's a lot of them, but okay. And you're digging through this. This book is specifically for that of the. Try to remember the school's magic. Hold on. Okay, yeah. This one, the book binding, this specifically has a shield on it, and this in this language of in this arcane language, you recognize these as abjuration spells. But of a very, very high degree of level, something far even beyond what you'd be able to cast. But you'd be able to read it.
You'd be able to read it and burn it.
That you are. Hold on. I need to find the proper abjuration spell. Okay. I think it was called, what was it?
Actually, if you just want to peruse through here and see if there's any of those spells in there.
Okay.
In any of the books that I have time to peruse.
This is abjuration, so...
It's not going to say on what those are.
Yes, they are. Illusion, transmutation, nope, none of these are here.
Nope.
But you do
In
want...
any of the books?
If you keep looking, not in this specific book, if you want to keep looking, it's very possible.
Yeah. I mean, I can even narrow it down to the two that I'm most looking for.
Yeah.
And they're both...
Okay.
very
Sure,
looking
make a Arcana check. But specifically for this one that you do find in the book, you see the writing in it, and it's set to the point where it's written that it's almost as if it's a scroll. And you recognize this, you cast Detect Magic, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what the spell is. But but you know that it's a very powerful spell that could be possibly ready to use if treated as a scroll, but it's in a page of a book.
I got a 7 Arcana.
7 Arcana. Yeah, you have no idea which book. But you do know that what's in front of you is a very powerful spell that probably could be casted in scroll form if ripped out of the book, maybe. But you don't know what spell it is.
I don't know what spell it is.
You just know it's abjuration because Detect Magic does that.
Gotcha.
You know the school. Yeah.
Okay. If that's all I can do.
So I come down and do.
So as Sebastian is going about the books and just taking your time with your Arcana, just reading, it's so fascinating just reading through texts of magic. Although these are more written for a wizard, in the wizard style, it's just fascinating. Magic is incredibly fascinating to Sebastian.
It looks like my rituals.
Yeah, it looks basically. But it seemed far behind that, and then you feel a hand touches like, good to see you again. I see you're perusing on some of my old textbooks.
Indeed. Looking for something to help me find a companion.
Oh, yes. You are talking about the spell that lets you find a familiar.
Yes. Correct. Yes, indeed.
That would be easy to find. That one would be right here. Flips the book around. Would you like to copy it?
I would love to, sir.
Don't worry. It's but child's play spell. Nothing.
Ouch.
You're all here now. Chester, good to see you, my good friend.
Hello.
Gives you a firm handshake. You all came out relatively unscathed. A couple cuts and bruises, but I've seen much worse in my time. So tell me, how was Gil Ur'Mish?
Almost dead.
That's a shame, but I assumed that he was able to make it to the tribunal. Correct?
Mission accomplished.
Oh, yes, we did.
He,
He was completely emaciated. It turns out that his caravan had been ambushed by
By orcs.
cockatrices and a basilisk,
Wow.
and a few giant spiders.
I'm surprised. I heard many good things about Sergeant Jax. I thought he'd be able to handle such a situation. How
He's a
is
moron.
how is Sergeant Jax?
Hopefully still
Dead.
alive.
Petrified.
So is he dead or is he petrified?
He's
I'm
petrified.
really
He's
confused.
He
petrified.
is petrified, and he is
Okay.
still in the cave.
We did
Probably now
inform.
dead.
We did inform the Lost Scale that he was there.
We informed Davidson, I believe. Or
Davidson?
no, your
Not
friend with
Davidson.
the...
Ah, Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Yes. Right.
Perhaps if you also
Not
had
the most
a
charming person ever, but
teleport scroll in here, we could find a mage and go and rescue Sergeant Jax.
That is Glasgow's problem now. No need to worry about Sergeant Jax. But anyways, I'm glad you were all able to make it here in one piece. All looking healthy. Feel free to join me for dinner. Sigal makes some of the best food in all of Solari. Sigal! And he's like, right. And he drops down plates on the table for all of you in this really, really long, sort of like lordly table where Salazar's on one side and everyone else is on this side. And he puts down plates for each of you. Yeah.
What is this?
Finds out. It's like very, very tiny cut, like dainty, fancy food. It's like some sort of fish with like maybe some scallops on top and like little dollops of like.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, it's the most delicious thing you ever tasted, but it's literally gone like nothing.
Yeah.
I will eat. Well, once
It-
I'm finished.
Can I
It's
get
the
more?
finest food you've ever had. I did not account. I did not account that you would be. Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm actually I have like this book and then my book, and I'm
This
just
is the first time I let my hair loose, so it's up to my waist.
whoa,
Whoa.
It's just everywhere.
books.
And Salazar just grabs his own hair. He's like, he's make an insight check. Make an insight check.
15.
Although knotted and matted because you do keep it up in a really tight bunch.
Well, I mean,
and
I took a shower, so I was
Yeah,
like
so
brushing
you-
my hair in it, and now it's all sleek
he's
and
kind
smooth
of
and
jealous
pretty.
of your locks.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, Salazar, who has great long flowing hair, he's just like. Anyways, I really do appreciate what you've done for me, Chester. I have to say thank you again for introducing me to such skilled companions that you've.
Well, if you had not given me the task in the first place to go to Magefield Wheaton, I never would have met them.
You know what? It's crazy. I thought that would just be simple. You gathered things on that weird Will Wheaton character, and you end up making 4 incredible friends with all different sorts of talents. Well, I'm a man of my word, and I'm here to reward you as such. Sigal rocks out, and he drops down coin pieces for each one. Each one now has 250 gold pieces. Yeah.
You see me dividing up. I'm like, okay, I gotta pay this back.
How much people do you owe?
I owe the party.
The laugh of a mage.
He is a sorcerer.
Or sorcerer. The laugh of a
Mage!
spellcaster. The laugh of a spellcaster. Always spending more than he has to make more than he can.
And you guys are just enjoying a really nice dinner. Sigal brings out this large, like, flagon of just wine. He's like, "Does anyone here care
Yes.
for the alcohol?"
Yes.
Oh, raise your goblet.
Do
More
you
than
have any whiskey?
pours the wine in there. Oh, whiskey. Drink of a manly man, per se. Yeah.
Well, refined men, in my opinion, but yes.
I personally find the taste too strong, but by all means, Sigal, do we have any of that whiskey? And Sigal's like, "I'll be right back." Don't worry.
One more teleport spell.
Well, your butler, he's really interesting.
Yeah, he's a good worker. His family's been working for my family for a very long time, and he's quite a good butler. It's hard to find good people in this world, I would say.
So,
Imagine.
Salazar. It appears that your brother is far along in his plans. Is
That I
is
fear.
even this at this late of date, Gil Ur'Mish heading to the tribunal? Is that even going to do anything?
You bring up good points. I personally. Now, before I answer that question, let me ask you one thing. Why did it take you so long to get down to Southport in the first place?
There was a leak in the boat.
Make a deception check. With disadvantage.
Inspiration.
Okay, cancel out. Yeah, you guys have.
Well, we'll wait until you see the roll.
Okay. No. Yeah. With disadvantage. Deception.
13.
Okay. So roll insight. Okay. Why do I feel like you're telling me the truth,
That
but you're
was
not at the
because
same
that
time?
wasn't the truth.
I mean,
So, well,
it is.
Well, there was a
technically.
leak. A very large leak.
Yes, that.
The-
Okay, fine. That is exactly
The stone that was powering this pirate ship
exploded.
exploded. Apparently, there was too much magic put into it.
that's technically not a lie.
That's not lying.
He's got an inside check anyways, but that's technically not a lie. So this would actually, yeah, I would. Oh wow, Salazar. He's like, so you're telling me that the Ankara exploded?
And
Yes.
some.
Yes.
Correct.
As did the law scale ship that was being
warship.
boarded. It's a warship,
Yeah,
a law
warship.
scale
That
warship.
I did not hear about. You were boarded by a law scale.
We were.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I did send you a message after we salvaged ourselves to shore.
Right, so that was the law scale related that
was
you
the
wanted
law
scrubbed down. Ooh, okay. I guess I overreacted and I did a little more scrubbing than I should have. Anyways, that's my brother's
They
problem,
were
not my
quite
problem.
scrubbed.
Yeah, problem scrub.
Yes,
don't,
my two
don't
favorite
worry
big
about
giants.
it.
Did you send the giants to the pickle farm?
What are you talking
Okay.
about?
Do you like pickles?
Dumb luck.
I've actually never Now, when you mean pickles, are you talking about the cucumbers that you turn into what you call pickles, or just pickled
Yes.
food? Because personally, pickled cabbage is some of my favorite things to do.
Oh, really?
Something in a foreign
The
land that they call
cucumbers.
kimchi.
It's delicious.
I'm a big fan of it. And pickled daikon. It's one of the most delicious things on the planet. But no, I mean, I quite enjoy pickles.
Now I'm
Pickled
hungry.
foods.
You're eating.
Cheesecake did nothing.
I need more food. I'm waiting for seconds.
Seagal is getting.
Apparently,
getting more
you know, the second course is whiskey.
Okay.
It's a 5-course meal. Yeah. Beer and then whiskey and
So,
Mead in there somewhere.
vomit at the end. That's the last course.
Beer mixed
Dog,
with
the dogs would lick that one up.
So how is Well, that happened.
That law scale ship is at the bottom as well.
yes, it sank. It actually got a bit of the damage from the Ankara blowing up and also sank. With a
Oh
bunch
boy,
of-
I slightly overreacted and I did a little too much scrubbing than I should have.
What,
No. It's not important. It's water
Y'all
under the
did not
bridge.
scrub us, so
Water under the bridge. But
And thankfully, a boat's beneath that water.
so to go back on your question, Gil is an interesting character. His father used to be one of the judges on the tribunal for the Orcish homelands, but Clan Ur'Mish is no longer here. Dubbed ones willing to bend the knee for Solari. Let's just say there's not a lot with the last name of Ur'Mish around anymore. Although, albeit Gil wasn't born in the Orcish homelands, I thought he'd be the perfect representative to send down here. Albeit young, he is well educated.
Sneaky, I expect.
Okay.
you noticed something about it.
Yes. To piggyback off that, why would a diplomat know something known as thieves' cant?
And he signs back, why would a politician know thieves' cant? So, and he signs back, it's basically, it's something I learned in my travels.
And so you taught that to Ur'Mish?
I've never met Ur'Mish, but there are those that learn the skills of a thief and the skills of those that lurk in the underworld, and there are others that pick along talents along the way. Thieves can't, although I'm not very proficient in it. I know some very basics. I did not know that Gil. Insight check, Salazar right now. Everybody.
13.
13, okay.
I totally believe him.
21.
21.
I got 10.
Seriously, if anybody wants
Dude,
this
we're-
mug, just let us know, and the first person that wants it gets it.
Yeah, if you guys want the TwitchCon mug, by all means.
Thomas,
If you-
are you trying to get rid of it?
What? No, never.
I already called dibs if he doesn't get rid of it.
Twitch,
We have another one for you.
Twitch has been very nice to us. We love you, Twitch. We love you.
So yeah,
I heard that, by the way.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we got another fan art. Is this Crane 4?
Yeah.
Well, we got brand new
Nice.
artwork. I think it's only appropriate that you show this off.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's all the dog.
That's so badass.
Thank you, Crane 4, for all your amazing artwork.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. We will get it printed on actual.
Also, props to skin color.
paper.
Dude, I love this.
That is.
And
The Hellhound, the Shadow Mastiff, and the.
I'm writing the
Where is the
hell.
Shadow Mastiff? Where is
Wait,
it?
no,
You're
you're
writing
writing the
the-
Shadow
the-
Mastiff.
Am
That's
I?
the Hellhound.
Oh,
The fire red
that's
one.
okay.
That's the Hellhound.
and
Sorry,
that's
I'm writing your dog.
That's okay.
But this is amazing.
Well, she can't ride her dog. She's too big.
these are awesome.
Tiny, but that one's no.
We will get these framed, put around the studio.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
and
we
I
need
want
to
a
put
copy
these
of
around
Yes.
the studio.
Yeah. So thank you, Crane 4. You're incredible. We do appreciate the fan art, and
Awesome.
Love it.
you guys are awesome. So yeah, just I know you're so excited. This is awesome.
I love these puppies.
Amazing,
I love
yeah.
these puppies.
I love these.
I'm just gonna stare at them for the rest of the show.
I really want the
Okay.
winter wolf.
Cora has officially checked out and is amazed. Hypnotic pattern on the paper.
Yeah, you just got.
Hypnotic pattern on the paper. And for the sake of it, just this Crane 4 is so awesome. You guys have one inspiration back.
Yes.
So you guys are at 2, 3,
Two.
2.
Two.
Yes, 2.
We only have 2.
Yeah. So Salazar's still at the table. He's like, oh, who are we talking about again? Oh yeah, back on the thieves' camp thing. Yeah. So he's pretty. He's a very charming, like very crafty, very sly, fox-like person.
I'm totally taken away with him.
He is incredibly handsome. He is dark skin, similar to that of Cora, except a little lighter. Goatee, long flowing black hair, and his eyes are strangely they glow yellow almost. They're very, very pronounced. They're very bright yellow.
I feel I recall in a tale of some sort of spell user, magic user, having eyes turned to a bright gold color before. Would I know anything about that?
That you do know that of that tale, but this is not that. This is not that. Yes.
Well, so mission accomplished. What does the future hold for Solari? War, apparently.
Hopefully not. As you see, I'm not as disheveled as I usually look. I've actually been on a 2-day respite. I've been letting my brother and that old skin bag Orion Dwendar do the talking, and I have a meeting with the Elven King in a few weeks to try to calm the matters and hopefully get the borders reopened. But yet again, when you give the crown to a 13-year-old impetuous boy, you can only bargain so much. Why anyone would let a teenager be a king is beyond me. But
Oh, that's the Elvins?
King Neverus IV, yes.
Oh no, he's not even a teenager. He's a boy.
Well, technically, he's not 13 in like actual age. He's
So
probably like
he's-
30 something, but it's like an elven age. He's like a teenage boy.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
That makes sense.
King Neverus IV. Yeah.
Probably has more wisdom than many of us. Or me.
I'm older than
I'm
him.
in my 70s, my friend.
I'm 100.
I have no idea how old I am. I feel very old.
Aren't you like 33 or something?
Yeah,
Sebastian,
okay.
like 33.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever Jesus is, that's what I am.
Oh, I did not. Oh, now I see the parallel. Oh, okay. So that's why you did that. Oh, okay.
I just said that. That's not why I did it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it's my favorite book in the
works
Bible is
quite
when
well.
Jesus blew up the church with a fireball.
My favorite book in the Bible when Jesus killed a bunch of pirates with a fireball and blew up a ship. But okay. Yeah.
Best Bible ever.
He did a great job turning the other cheek there.
That sounds like the Viking Bible.
Actually, that sounds like a part in the Book of Mormon where King Moroni. Never mind.
Okay, let's go. Yeah,
Anyway.
let's not piss off anyone else that's incredibly religious.
Sorry.
So yeah, let's.
Sebastian is his own god.
Apologize.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, open to
That's what I
all.
meant to
Open
say,
to
they're not a
all.
King Moroni.
Okay. So
Very different.
And
I
Seagal
must
finally
say,
comes
I don't
back.
think I shall ever worship your god.
Seagal's back and he's sweating. He has sand all over his face. He's like, whiskey?
Well, I started with wine, but that shall do.
It's a good hour past. You guys have just been having small talk with Seagal, and Seagal just ran out.
I pull out a bottle of whiskey out of my.
Oh yeah, you do have one. You have the you
I
have
have
the
a
one
half
back.
bottle.
You have the one back in Cattell, right? The
Actually,
Blackjack Daniel special.
I have a very nice bottle stashed aside, but why drink my own whiskey when a man such as Salazar can provide?
And he gives you like the nice big shot glass of it. So that's your way. It's the best burn on the planet.
I don't know why you drink that.
It is.
Elven wine.
Do you mind if I try?
more
Just really quick.
It's your whiskey, sir.
No. It's for you. This is actually the first time I've ever tried this sort of drink. Do I just drink it all in one go, or do I
No.
sip? How do
So the way you properly enjoy Scotch or whiskey is to sip just a small amount onto your tongue and let it effervesce in your mouth, so you can enjoy the aromatic flavors. Let it sit there until it completely aromatizes before you swallow, which you did not.
This is for the road type, not the ones who bury their.
I believe he made
I
it
like
the
the
blackjack
finer
special.
drinks. This is exactly why.
Oh, and he's crying. You're seeing one of the most powerful rulers in all of Solari cry in front of you for drinking whiskey. He's like, oh.
Well, I guess I have a stronger palate. I don't know.
So, Salazar.
Yes.
So we sent Ur'Mish down to the orcs to this. What is this tribunal?
The tribunal is all the leaders of the Orcish clans that group together to be both judge, jury, and executioner. Everything they do is anything that is done by the orcs as a collective unit is done through deliberation through the tribunal. You can think of it as similar to the Solari Council, except much more bloody in their approach.
And so the ideal is that Ur'Mish convinces them all to not go to war?
Not necessarily. I've been advocating for new members on the council for a very long time. I believe that diversity is the only way Solari can continue as a nation. I mean, look at it right now. We have revolting orcs in the south. We have closed borders. At the rate we're going, I fear that Solari is going to collapse back into the day of pre-thought. Some of you come from different persuasions. I see one is a dwarf. I see many.
No.
elves. I'm sorry. One is a gnome. I
Well, what did that whiskey do to you?
His eyes
Fine,
are
I'll
bloodshot.
blame the whiskey.
Yeah, his eyes are actually bloodshot. He's like,
He's not racist at all.
Yeah.
I apologize. I really do.
Not the first time.
Like I said. Anyways, there is one of the gnome's persuasion, and then there are elves here. You probably spend more time on Solari than I have. I am middle aged for humans, but I've yet only spent 50 years in this land.
Wise and child.
50 years?
I'm 52. Yes.
No. I don't believe it.
Well, like threes, do you want to cut me in half and count the rings? No, I'm joking. I am 52. I look way older than I should. Yes.
I believe our friend was paying you a compliment, my sir.
Sorry, I'm not
Yeah, you
usually...
look far younger than 52.
I look younger than 52. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. It's the first time I ever got that. Usually people think I'm much... Anyways, back to your point.
What? Oh, so because it appears that the council, yourself excluded, is ready for war and is going to war.
My brother is ready for war. I voted
It seems
against...
the Lost Scale are also ready for war. They just
is
want to
correct.
eradicate all the orcs, don't they?
My brother wants what's best for Solari. And in his opinion, the control of a hostile group is going to be best for Solari. Now, my brother
So
doesn't
genocide is the answer?
My brother does not intend to wipe them out. My brother just wants them to calm down and to be not rampaging throughout the southern coast. How my brother goes about enacting his policies, it's very garish. I do understand, but
What is making them so hostile?
1,000 years of slavery, segregation,
We
containment.
were in their homelands. I mean, look at it.
Just as a
Or at least
point
where
of,
they were made to stay.
as a point of clarity,
There-
what would be the solution?
What I plan to do is to diversify the council. As you see on the council right now, there's me, my brother. We are both human. And there is the skin bag, Orion Dwendar. He is I think he is of 400 years old now of his Dwarven years. His time is running short. I want to diversify the council. I do not want this petty war about some small strip of land in the expanse. I don't want the orcs to live in such squalor, but I am but one person on this council.
Well, sounds to me like you need a dwarf, a human, an elf, and an orc on the council.
That is what I'm trying to do. Gil Ur'Mish isn't sent there to stop a war per se. But that is one of that would fall in line with his greater mission. His greater mission is to convince the council, convince the tribunal to not be so hostile and settle for some of Solari's demands so that they would have representation on the council. So they would have finally a voice. The man for that was Gil Ur'Mish, Gil Ur'Mish's father. Before that could happen, though, Ur'Mish clan became no more.
Well, have you been researching a new candidate?
The man you sent him himself, Gil Ur'Mish.
So you want to have someone who's on the council, who's actually never been a part of the Orc Kingdom, who doesn't know their problems?
I knew that would be a problem, but
That is a problem.
there is no way the other leaders of the three clans would even listen to our demands. I mean, they're ready for war. Maybe they'd listen to Ur'Mish. My brother thought it was a bad idea to begin with. It was his idea to send in Sergeant Jackson escort. I'm not sure how much that helped, but
Not a lot.
It did not.
from what you said, it did not help. So I'm assuming it was.
Everyone died besides Jax. I don't know if that's either a good thing or not. I mean,
Well, what
he's
happened to
petrified.
Jax?
He's petrified.
He was
Oh.
petrified when we left him.
Oh, but child's play. The law scale will fix him up in no time. But
Oh, good.
If it's not consumed.
So you said your brother sent Gil Ur'Mish as well.
yes, we agree. He finally listened to me for once. I am the little brother in this relationship. It's like, we'll try diplomacy. Just listen to me for once. We sent Ur'Mish down with his law scale escort, and he went missing. That's why I decided to group you five together with all your mixtures of skills to go in and find Ur'Mish, and you've done far better a job than the trained military.
So I would like to insight that check, 'cause that doesn't jive with what I believe he said earlier.
Sure, insight check him.
13 plus 5 is 18.
18. He is telling the truth in the sense that he's not hiding anything per se, but he's telling the truth in the way where he doesn't want to implicate another party or anything else that could bring fault on another per se. He's not lying in that.
But
sending
he
Ur'Mish-
seems to be bringing in his brother was part of this plan all along.
Yeah. From what you gather, there could be more to that than he leads on. You're not sure, but he's not necessarily. From what you can, he doesn't seem like he's lying. But whether or not he's telling the truth, you're not completely sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's something. Yeah, he's not completely lying. Yeah.
So how are the borders of the Elven Kingdom and Westport?
Well, West Harbor is closed by land. You can enter through the Elven Kingdom if you risk getting magic lobbed at you or arrows shot through your head. You can approach it by sea. But as of right now, trade isn't completely stopped in the western part of Solari. People are angry. People are trying to sneak into the border, and people are getting killed for sneaking through the border.
So I couldn't go home, per se.
Not per se, but with the right diplomatic papers, I can arrange for you to reach. Do you need to return home by any chance?
I need to go back to Elfland.
That could be arranged. Give me some time. I can gather the right diplomatic papers for you to
Okay.
get back home. Yeah.
I need to head to Southport.
Southport?
Oh, also, Chester is having some issues as well. His home has been... you should let him know about that.
I guess we could. I had let it slip my mind at the moment. Yes, there's a pesky mage occupying my estate right now under the guise of a forged signature of transference from my long-dead father. Would love some help with that, but also would love to just go have my way with that mage.
Not in the fun kind either.
Not
Phrasing.
Fun
Phrase it. Phrase it.
Oh, I phrased-
Salazar blushes a little bit. Like, ooh.
I had my phrasing correct.
Sorry, that was me.
I will see what I
Uncomfortable.
can do for that. I don't handle domestic matters.
I would not imagine.
Oh, I do have people under me that handles domestic matters, and with the housing committee of Southport, I can figure out what's going on, and I can get that resolved. Although I apologize, I'm going to have to push this back a little bit. There's other more pressing matters I need to worry about, but I'll do what I can to get that resolved. Of course, I will. I believe.
Aid is
Assuming you're not lying to me.
About what?
That
I have a father who's dead and he left me his estate and all things that hopefully are of public record. I tend to not lie about people who have stolen from me. I'm not a big fan.
I'll see what I can do for you. I'll make sure it's hurried along the process. So
I appreciate it.
I am a man of my word. Now, back when you met me outside of West Harbor, I promised there would be more to this for you than just monetary compensation.
Mm-hmm.
Each of you want something special. I can see it in you. You're not just the standard cutthroats that you hire to get a job done. I feel like there is a greater purpose for all five of you in this world. It's a nagging feeling, but I feel like you five might be incredibly important for the history of Solari.
I always feel that way.
Of course.
Your bravado is compelling. So I'm going to provide that right now, but for this type of matter, I feel like it should be on a private basis. If you don't mind, I would like to speak with each one of you one-on-one, personally.
Okay.
I have never had a problem with that. I cannot speak for my companions.
I'm fine. I don't mind being one-on-one with
Oh, I'll bet you don't.
Ew.
Sounds good to me.
By all means.
Who would you like to speak with first?
And Segal brings in the second course. Like Segal, I think we're fine on the dinner.
Nope.
Well,
Right,
as
yes,
she is eating, I will speak with. You call yourself Sebastian, correct? St. James.
That is correct, sir.
Please, excuse me. As he wipes his face, is like, meet me in my office. It's but for a quick talk. Like I said, I promised more than monetary compensation, and And I think I have information that would be very beneficial for you. So, would you mind meeting me in my office?
Certainly.
All right, I want everyone but Sebastian to leave the table right now. This is the one-on-one. Everyone,
I'm taking this with me.
Can you please go to the green room? Don't go in community center. Please go to the green room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what?
I'm just gonna throw in a d20 at one point for a stealth roll, see if it's okay to sneak in.
Okay, sure.
Somebody stay in the lobby in case we need to call for reinforcements.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So he brings you into his office. A very simple office. It's just writing desk there. It's like, I know you're not of this land. You're not acquainted to most of Solari customs. You're not aware of most of our policies. You're not aware of most of our laws and our places. So after doing my research, which is my favorite thing to do in my spare time, when I actually do have spare time, you're from the land of a place they call Mage Haven, correct?
That is the city I am from, yes.
From the continent of, this is the DM, I forgot what continent that's in.
Lyriana.
Lyriana. It is northeast of here. I've never visited this continent before. I didn't even know there's more areas up there until a couple years ago. But you are a traveler, a discoverer of magical items.
That is also correct.
Yes. So, as a prize for assisting me when I needed you the most, deep in the Sanagian wastelands lies a crypt. This crypt has been there since the beginning of most of complex life in Solari. When the founding of Solari started, and be it this is just a myth, well, we cannot confirm whether or not this is true, right? The sun god Sol and the moon god Lun had 4 children. Ash, god of fire; Mar, goddess of water; Avi, goddess of the sky; and Gaia, goddess of the earth. Those 4 children have been sealed away for a very long time, on a plane of another existence, far, far away from Solari or even this planet for what I can, for how I care. I don't know, it's just a myth. But rumor says that they left a semblance of themselves behind. Keys to understanding more of Solari. That is but a myth. I do not know more about it, but
Is there anywhere, any clues to the location of this crypt?
correct. Deeper, and I apologize, but this might not be the good time to go, very close to the Orcish homelands where the tribunal lies, deep in a place known as the Bile Swamps, lies a crypt of the ancients. There, you will be able to decipher more about the origin story of Solari. Maybe Sebastian St. James will be the one to confirm or disprove whether or not the creation myth of Solari is true. Solari is a very large continent. There are lots of places with different topographies and geographies. But I have an inner feeling inside me, a gut feeling, that the creation myth is more than just a myth. And there is much more to discover in this world, beyond just petty disagreements and war. I feel like everything we do as beings on this continent right now it's just small in the grand scheme of things.
There are many things in this world that belong in a museum.
Where do I feel like I've heard that phrase before? Anyways, wait, was it from my friend Indiana? Oh, anyways, beyond that.
Perhaps Henry told you.
Perhaps Henry. Yeah, I appreciate your time. Could you bring in the gloomy one they call Christian?
Kofax.
Oh, he has not told you his first name. Well, yeah. Could you bring in Christian Kofax for me?
Yes. All of these chairs.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kofax, you're up.
As you walk through the door, you see Sebastian leave. It's the first time we actually talked one-on-one, and you're a man of few words, and I can respect that, man of few words, but I assume your integrity is in line. After doing some digging and some research, I know the tragedy that befell you and your family, and I am sorry for what happened.
Thank you.
As a prize for your assistance in my quest, I can offer you two options. One, if you are the type to see the world as a world of an eye for an eye, I could lead you to the path of the man who took your wife's life. But there's also a second option. Putting petty vengeance aside, what if I told you... Now, please listen to me here. What if I told you that your wife could be brought back?
How?
I am not trained in this art of magic, but I have a friend, a colleague of mine, by the name of Dr. Cyrus Graves. He lives in the Dust Shadow Woods in the small town called, what's that name of that town? I can't remember the name of the town, but deep in the Dusk Shadow Woods near your hometown of, you're from Eastborough, if I remember correct.
Yes.
Lies a man by the name of Dr. Cyrus Graves. He is experienced in the art of tapping into those who are no longer here and communicating with them. He is also skilled in the art of reanimation, albeit a very crude reanimation. He's been refining his technique, and apparently he's very close to a breakthrough. A breakthrough that could bring back your wife as the way she left you. No changes. I have never heard of such magic. I have yet to see it enacted in front of me. But those are the two options I can provide you.
How would I know it's actually her?
You're going to have to speak with Dr. Graves for that. I cannot give you any guarantees, but Dr. Graves is very skilled in the art of channeling those who are no longer on this material plane. Or I can help you locate the man that caused you years of misery. I can provide you with both. I can however you want to go about it. Do you want to know who done it? It's a very hard decision to make. I know. I've yet to lose a loved one. Or rather, one that I truly cared and loved about, but those are the two options I can provide you. You can meet with Dr. Graves to help him bring your wife back to life, or do you want? I'll just tell you right now, and I'll let you go about how you want to go about this. The sect of the Dark Palm that lived in Eastborough was very fragmented at the time of the tragedy that befell your wife. Trying to find the names of members who within a secret society is incredibly difficult. But I know for a fact that the man that took your wife's life is still within the Dark Palm. He is still alive. And he is in West Harbor as we speak.
I want to talk to the doctor first.
Like I said, you feel free to go about it however you want to go about it. I do not envy the position you are in. I have never lost a loved one in my before, but best of luck to you in your journey. Could you bring in the one stuffing her face with the second course, the diminutive one?
Of course.
I didn't mean to be a dick, but yeah. But bring in the one they call Cora. Oh crap! I went out of order. Oh, it's fine. It's whatever. I mean, you can hear. It doesn't matter. You're the producer of the show. I went out of order. It's supposed to be. It's fine. It's whatever.
You want me to be here?
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I was just like, one perfect order, then I jumped to you. But it's fine.
I can get Aubrey.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. You see Kofax exit the room with tears in his eyes, but a weird sense of determination that you've never seen before. It's actually really kind of scary. As you sit down, the desk is higher than you, so...
I'm kidding.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to harm you, but would you like me to lift the seat?
Sure.
Magic, and the seat just rises. Yeah, he's like, don't mean to startle you. It's just, I think you would appreciate speaking face to face rather than face the desk.
Okay.
Okay. You are quite the mysterious one. There was not much I can dig about you, per se. You are from Yunkar. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
This is so interesting, but you're very familiar by now, or at least by now, of the terrorist organization they would call the Eclipse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you one question before I continue, because I need to confirm something myself. What are the name of your parents? I mean, you have parents, correct? Everybody had to be born somewhere.
Yes, but I don't quite trust you enough with a lot of information. I can tell you, you know about Yunkar and the burning of the village.
That I do, yes. And I do know that you're involved with Eclipse somehow. Yunkar is very murky. I can tell you that it was literally scrubbed off the side of the map for Eclipse activity, and I can tell you who ordered such action.
I believe to be Orion Dwindar.
That is correct.
And I want him dead. And I want to kill him. That is the only thing that I want.
There isn't
he killed my family, my village, my home. He deserves to die.
I see the determination. I apologize, I didn't think it'd be this simple, but that I can provide you. Orion is a very careful man. He walks with plenty of his followers. But the coming season, Orion will be by himself. He will be returning to his homeland of the Dwarven Crown, the mountains that you see north of here. He is from the town of Orok, the capital of the Dwarven Kingdom. personally, I don't want this guy around anymore. As you know, I refer to him as a skinbag. I'll be more than happy to help you help me get rid of this problem for both of us.
Deal.
Oh, that was more simple than I thought. I'm going to put.
I may not trust you, and you may or may not trust me, but we want the same end goal. Orion dead. For different reasons, of course, but the
Correct.
goal is that he needs to die, probably be replaced by someone better.
I believe that the Church of Divine Light needs to not have power in Solari
Yes.
on a political
Yes.
level.
And there needs to be some separation between the politics and the churches and religions of Solari. Because the religions having power in politics, this is what it leads to, as you can see that.
Finally, someone that agrees with me for once. I thank you for your time. Please get the very charming one with the red hair. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
But we can agree that Orion will no longer be on this. No,
Yes.
Orion will no longer be a problem.
Just let me know when and where, and I will kill him.
You will know.
Okay.
You will know.
Hello.
As Cora walks out with a sense of fierce determination, you're used to seeing her angry, you're used to seeing her slightly indifferent. Now she has this blank stare of determination after meeting with Salazar, my bad. Well, first time we ever spoke one-on-one.
Well, I've always wanted to get you in a room alone. Now I have the chance. Okay, I'm all right. All joking aside, all right. You won't use it.
I appreciate but yeah.
I know you're married. I just can't help myself. Sorry.
So,
It's my personality.
I know of your music. You're incredibly talented.
Thank
Although I've never heard it in person, with the research I've been able to do, you're a graduate of the University of Desp, if I remember correctly, the
That's
first ever
correct.
one in West Arbor.
Yes.
And I look forward to the day you're performing on the grandest stages of them all over Solari. Perhaps you're willing to perform for the council one day.
I would, actually. I would actually greatly enjoy that. I thought that and you can change the world with music. That was...
I've never heard of that before, but very possible. You can change the world with words, through songs, through actions. The world is a very malleable thing. It can be shaped however
But that's what I want to do with my music, is change the world and change people's opinions.
And that's an admirable goal to search for, and I
Maybe
will
some
support you
things
along
I-
the way. I can officially say I am an EO #1 fan.
Oh, well, thank you.
But the last time we spoke, you were looking for a man of very similar proportions to you, and
Yes, Ijan.
that is, after some research, your father, correct?
It is my father, yes.
After doing a little bit of research and sending out some of my agents to the Elven lands, I can confirm to you that he is still here.
He is still alive.
He is.
Then why did he never come home?
That I cannot answer for you. But it's strange. I did not know your father served my father in the military. I didn't think he'd be law scale or former law scale.
I didn't know that either. He never spoke of it.
How much do you know your father?
He left when I was young.
Sorry.
I was just becoming what elves would consider a teenager when he left.
Shame. Did he never leave a note, write a letter?
Oh no. He. What happened was that. One night, a band of mercenaries. I'm guessing they were mercenaries. At the time, I thought that they were his old war buddies. Supposedly, they came in and stayed the night at our house, and they told my father that they needed him for something, and then he left with them the next morning, promising my mother he'd be back, and he never came. He never returned.
Well, I can confirm for a fact that let's just say your father has a very close relationship with the Elven Crown.
He has a relationship with the Elven Crown.
There wasn't more I can decipher, but I can confirm that your father is alive. And he was last seen in the wilderness of the Elven Kingdom. Near the town where the great tree is, where Gaia laid.
Does that mean he's home?
Possibly. Last
Because
he was.
I don't actually live in Elfland. My family, they're from a small village that's by the great tree.
NT. You're from NT.
Yes.
Well, last time we saw he was in the wilderness of the Elven Kingdom, somewhere in the area.
How long ago was that?
A few months, 2-3 months ago.
Well, I did have letters from my family that said that he had come back, but they didn't say who he was.
It could
Never
be
mind.
your father, I would assume.
That means I definitely do need to go home.
I will make sure that the right papers are made so that you would go through go through the Elven border with as very little trouble as possible. But I'm going to extend an offer to you. You are a musician, and although I've never heard of it before, but musicians are here to spread a message and to
Yes.
change the world through their music. Would you be willing to join me in council with King Neveris IV?
I will do that.
I feel like if there was maybe bringing a bard along would be a good gesture.
Well,
The
we
common-
want the best.
That I can. And like I said, I need to do more digging, but I'm pretty sure your father is somehow related to the Elven Crown.
How is that? I thought he was human.
He spent a lot of time in Eflin, correct?
Well, he did.
He lived.
He married an elf woman.
I mean, you are
obviously.
half elf. Although much more to the Elven persuasion. I can barely tell the human side of you.
Yes, but my sister does look more human.
Right.
But yes, I tend to.
I have-
I got my mother's side.
I have a sinking feeling that your father is tied to somehow. I just can't get this feeling out of my body that somehow your father is related to how King Neveris IV took the crown. It just. Anyways, I'm not. I don't spend much time with Elven politics, but.
That doesn't sound good.
Like I said, I don't have much information on you, but I can confirm he is last seen in the Elven Kingdom, and he hasn't been seen anywhere since.
I can look into that.
Yes, and I will get the proper papers for you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
There is a violin that might actually help me.
Okay. Yeah. This is the DM laughing. That's not Salazar. Yeah.
I found it, and it's a very ancient, said to be of one of the disciples of Thesp. I could use it in playing because it could play the most beautiful music.
I will see to that. I will see if I'm able to find said instrument. And
I can tell you exactly where it's at.
Is it in a storefront?
It is in the storefront. I asked the merchant to hold on to it. But it is
Okay.
very old. It's an elven bow. It's an elven violin.
Consider it a Solari taxpayer expense. I will see what I can do.
Thank you. I mean, I
We'll
don't
see
mind
what I
paying
can do.
for it. I just was thinking like that would be something that could be that could be of use for me to play with. You need an instrument to play for the king. You need something that is also made to perform for the king.
I get what you mean. Yes. Usually, when I meet with other politicians, kings, I always dress in the finest robes. So I would assume that the performers need to have the best instruments and also look their best too. So.
Well, I mean, you don't know. I mean, I test played it, and it had the most beautiful sound, and it looks something that you would want to have to perform for the greatest.
Right, and I will agree to that. Well, I appreciate our time together. You are
Absolutely.
quite the charming man.
Well, thank you.
Could you finally bring in Chester? I've been meaning to talk to him for a very long time.
You do. In any case, it is very nice to meet you, Salazar.
That it is. Yes.
And your wife is a very lucky woman.
That she is. Thank you. That she is. Thank you. My favorite. Please sit down.
Well,
That was really intense. Honestly, this is gonna be a much more casual setting. Those four were pretty intense, and what they
well, you find ruffians on the road, all shapes and sizes. It's been a very interesting adventure so far.
that it is. You've been serving me for a very long time, and it's just incredible to think that prior to West Arbor, we've yet to meet in person.
As it were, with many a relationship in our world, I think. I would love to know what our plans are for the future of Solari. I personally would actually like to avoid war. I know that might be a little weird for me, of a bit of a chaos perspective, but I do not wish to see. I would like to see a united Solari someday before I die. And while that may be 100 years from now, but
I mean, we all seek very similar things. All I can say for sure is that I'm going to need your services moving on. You have proven to me at this point to be the most valuable agent that I have among my ilk. You possess skills on both the battlefield, in the mind, and in the mouth region. Of course, you are very quick to the gab. As for what I see in the future, calm down the orcs, get the orcish member along the council, add a little more diversity, get rid of Odin Brock, stop the Dark Palm, control the Elven Kingdom so that they don't lock their borders, and hopefully Would you agree that putting a 13-year-old on the throne is a bit of stupidity?
yes.
Well, there's that.
I believe putting anyone that young in any position of power is a gamble at best.
You have served me very well, and I really do appreciate everything you've done for me up until this point. I have a feeling that you have a greater purpose for Solari, more than just being my agent. Possibly even sitting beside me.
Well, you would definitely have more than one race on the panel.
Well, to be honest, let's drop the formalities and let's fucking drink.
All right.
And he breaks up the he's like, this stuff is fantastic.
Chink.
And he's still very uncomfortable drinking it, but he likes it.
It is, as they say, we'll put hair on your chest.
Oh, and your problem with your house, it's fixable. Don't worry. I will get to it. Don't worry.
Well, you may not know me as personally as we would like, but at the end of the day, it is only stuff and things.
Correct.
So where are we to from now on? What is our next task?
It's possible that I'm going to need you to go back on your original mission of tracking down Odin Brock. This warmonger needs to go.
I would agree.
The Dwarven trading conglomerate and King Aaron Bend are not keen on the idea of a man selling their finest of wares to other groups of people to support war. So expect hunting down Odin Brock very soon. I might even join you in this because I need to speak with King Erenbend and the Dwarven Trading Conglomerate very soon. But let's just say, I hope you bring your winter jacket because it gets very chilly in the mountain.
Well, I imagine proposing to remove a problem of that size and shape for the dwarves might be a good bargaining tool to get them to agree to govern with an orc on council. I feel like the orcs will be the most difficult point to push, but if we can, perhaps we can seal the deal with some bargains of our own.
Salazar just nodding. He says, like, you're already speaking like a politician. I love it. Well, today we celebrate with drink. Tomorrow, or, okay, possibly not tomorrow, but down the line, I will see you in the Northern Lands.
Cheers.
And he's still really uncomfortable drinking whiskey. But he's downing it. Bring everyone else in.
Alrighty. You ready?
Yeah, right. All right. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I hope she tried to change the lower thirds to manage that. Okay, sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
So as you all, as Chester and Salazar leave their the meeting room, I want everybody to roll for initiative.
What?
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Good, because that's sorry about
I'm joking.
spiritual weapon.
I'm joking. They're really jovial. They're sort of like arms over a shoulder each other right now. Salazar is red in the face, and he's holding up a whiskey glass. He's like, "Well, look, I had to speak with one person really casually. You're also very intense, but
I'm
well,
the casual sort.
feel free to stay for the night, but you can't stay here forever. I know some of you need to head back to Southport to do certain things. I'm going to head back to Paradigm for more council meetings and to prep to talk with my brother and Orion. So after the meetings I've had with each of you, after all the individual meetings I've had with each of you, I think it's best that you as a group go about your way and do what you need to do as a group. I need to. Oh, it burns.
Sorry, I should not do this. Don't let
Chester, how do you drink this stuff?
Very well. Very well.
But anyways, I need to go to Paradigm. Segal will treat you out. Have a good day. And
Oh, he just. What? Oh.
well, he snaps his fingers, and this swirling mass of black and yellow energy just opens behind him, and he's just stumbling back. He's like, "Bye bye," and he falls backwards into the portal.
Man cannot hold liquor.
No, apparently not.
Does anybody know how far away from Southport we are?
Seagal's there, just like, but 1 hour walk.
Ah,
Yeah.
excellent.
Well,
Well, I
I
have
just-
a state to
to get back,
get back. To reclaim.
I need to go back to Elfland.
Oh, you're just gonna be up for with it. Okay.
No, I'm just saying like exactly.
Well, is that the Elven lands?
Yes, I have to get back home. I am needed there.
Remind me where that certain cellar is
Dusk
located.
Shadow Woods. Dusk Shadow Woods.
So I, Salazar, he gave me information. Things that I'm looking for. Artifacts,
Oh,
magical items, information, that type of thing. Deep in the Sanagian wastelands. I don't know if it's an urgent matter. You know, if it's been a crypt that's been lost for 400 years, it can probably wait
Much
another
longer.
couple weeks.
Much longer.
interesting.
However, if I am going to go do some adventuring, I need a new hat. And Southport, I believe, has excellent haberdasheries.
I do recall. Believe there's one called something sombrero.
I was going to perhaps open a store someday. Sebastian Sombreros.
Oh,
Sebs.
Beautiful.
I'm thinking La La Land right now. I'm sorry.
I would invest in
Sebs.
Seb's Sombreros.
Seb's sombreros.
well, so, I mean, there's no secret. You know, I've been looking for my father and what happened to him. Salazar said that he is alive. And that he
Interesting.
is back in my hometown. So I need to go home. Besides, my family's been trying to reach me for the last 5 years and hasn't been able to. So,
Thanks to the
but also,
Wonderful Bertram.
but even more so, he said that my father had something to do. There's a strong suspicion that my father knows. I'm looking to see if the butler left, right?
Seagal's still there.
Oh, he's still there.
I mean, you guys are still in the manor, right? The beach house.
yeah.
Should we go?
We should go.
Want to walk? Let's walk.
Yes,
Perhaps
let's
we
walk.
should take a long walk on the beach.
Let's take a long
At
walk
night.
on the beach. Yes, let's do that.
Or we can walk to Southport, since it's
Let's walk
only
to
an hour
Southport.
away.
It's an hour
We can
away.
walk to Southport.
We could.
Along the beach.
Well, I mean, you know, he said that there. So yeah, wait till they get out.
Yeah. So we're gonna
We're
leave.
gonna, yeah. Thanks
And
for the
you-
food. It was good.
Yes, thank you.
Your
Okay, bye.
bye. Bye. Close the door.
Oh, he closes the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you leave anything there?
And then you just hear it's like, oh, they're finally gone.
When I was in there, did I see any easy way in or out?
There's a deck that he jumped off of. Yeah, there's a deck.
Okay. Well,
How would you get to the deck?
By
If you
swimming.
climb up from the
Tony.
ocean up.
Why do you need to go back in?
There's a couple of books up there I want. However, it's probably not a wise thing to do.
No, let's not steal from Salazar. No, but what I was going to say, as we're walking,
I
Yeah,
will
let's walk.
not stop you from doing what you wish to do.
is
but
that
Let's walk.
my father apparently had something to do with how the boy king was
Oh, really?
put to the throne. Yes, I don't know exactly what that is, but he asked if I could find out.
Ah.
And also, he wants me to perform for the king as well. So that's
Good to know. Miss Cora, anything you are searching for?
Yeah, you looked very determined when you left Salazar's room.
You don't have to share if you don't want to.
Basically, Salazar and I have the same end goal.
What's that?
Orion dethroned.
Oh.
Because
I'm
he,
with
he
you.
is the one who ordered my village to be burned and my parents to be killed. So he is the reason everyone I know is dead.
I will help you. You have me. I, too, want to see that. I think he's killed way too many people for his own means.
And I'd be happy to help all of you on whatever you need.
It is on my agenda.
What about
There are
you?
many things on my agenda.
Carfax. What
You don't have to
say?
share if you don't want to.
You don't have to share if you don't want to, but
Need to visit a doctor.
Urgently?
Sooner the better.
hold on.
Are you
sorry.
okay?
I can
He's still very emotional.
perhaps help if you need some.
Do you need some healing words?
What kind
This
of
isn't the
doctor?
kind. One very good at his job.
I have a feeling you're not talking about a medical doctor.
I don't think so.
Sounds like there's a story here. You don't seem like you really want to share, though.
It's a personal matter.
Well, if you need our help.
Yeah. If you need us, we'll be there for
I'd
you.
certainly welcome it.
Sebastian, do you have a general idea of where this cave you seek is?
Biles.
The Bile Swamps is a place to start.
That anywhere on the way or near to Elfin
Actually, you would know. So,
I would know.
the grand map of Solari. You guys are in Southport right now. The closest location to one of your goals right now is definitely the Bile Swamps because it's past the Elven homelands though, so there's a war raging on down there. How you get to the Bile Swamps is how you guys get to the Bile Swamps. There are people that need to go north to the and there are people that need to go west. Yes, so people need to go north, people need to go west, one needs to go south, and one needs to go east. You guys are pretty spread out.
Well, I need to go north, not urgently, but eventually.
Oh.
I sent you a text.
Personally, I could go for not a lot of activity in the next couple of days.
Well, you should come home and come and visit my homeland.
Are we
Salazar
allowed?
said that he would get the proper paperwork.
Well, I am allowed, maybe a few there that don't like
replied to
me,
your
but
There's a few that don't like you.
yeah, there were some childhood mishaps, but you know, my mother's family is still there.
What village?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay. We're fine.
I left when I was very small.
Okay.
I don't exactly belong in Elflum.
No, but we could probably
Elflum.
see if we can get the proper paperwork.
Without causing too much attention to the gnome.
I would imagine so. I mean, you are visiting.
You would know this. No, Eflem is a very diverse area. Although it is predominantly populated by elves, most of it is. There are gnomes. There's very few human and other fey creatures. It's
It's actually really only humans that aren't as
dwarves.
and dwarves.
There are no
Mostly
dwarves. Yeah.
Actually, dwarves are probably the most not liked, but humans.
I like dwarves.
Gnomes. I like dwarves too. I
I
mean,
get along with them.
Gale. Who could ever forget Gale?
Oh, I am the stool.
Or Dwarfo.
No one can forget Dorfo.
Because we all know I love Dwarfo.
So as you guys set on the trail back to Southport, with all very different goals set in your minds. And that's where we're going to end for today. A little short, but good leaving off point because they've just completed their first major quest. Oh, it took them 17 episodes, but yeah, they've completed their first major quest in Legends of Solari. And I always forget to do this live because, but they've all leveled up to level 6.
Yay!
So
3 fireballs.
So thank you to everyone that tuned in. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. We need all the support we can get. Any parting words? Oh, Crane 4, you're awesome.
Yes,
Thank you
Crane
so
4 is so
much.
cool.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye.